Maybe looking, trying to expose a lack of defence in Gapin.
Okay, so St Kevin's going to the social club end in the first quarter. University Blues win the ball out. And we'll start with a ball up right in the middle of the ground here at Beach Road. As I said, St Kevin's going to the northern or social club end in this first term. Lynch goes up in the ruckets, one down by Uni Blues, up to the half-forward line in front of Battarillo. Punched away from him. Strauss gets the handball to Salopek. Quick handball to Critchley, ends up with Sullivan. Sullivan goes long. Up to the half-forward flank. Gillum in front. Got the handball away to Matheson. He went back to Tom Jock. Jock on the right foot, kicks up towards the full forward position. Mark not taken, came to Sullivan. He got it away to Mitch Brown, who went around the corner right up towards the goals. But across the face, and one minor score on the board to St Kevin's. They've had the first 8 possessions of the match. They lead 1-0, and we've just ticked over the first minute on 96.5 Inter FM.
Bit of slick ball movement there, and an errant kick from Brown after receiving a nice hand pass.
So back into play. At the, what are we calling that, Michael? The Hampton end of the ground?
Northern ends.
Northern ends.
Social club end.
Uni Blues clear it out of their deep defensive zone, almost a centre wing, half-back flank, as a matter of fact, and the ball goes out of play. On the outer side, as you're listening and watching to it on your radio, on the Beach Road side of Trevor Barker Oval here in Sandringham. Second semi-final day, Premier Division, thanks to William Buck and all of our key partners. Ball back into play. Ball at ground level again. Chance for Blues through Summers. Couldn't break the tackle. Ball jars free in the end. The handball came from Young. And Uni Blues are trying to work the ball forward. They do so now. Mark's been taken just inside the centre square.
It's Gapin.
Gapin it is. Looked like he was wearing the long sleeves pre-game. He changed given the conditions because they are beautiful here at Trevor Barker. Uni Blues go forward now. Deep in the forward pocket. Over the head of a teammate there. The ball goes out of play again. Almost 2 minutes gone of this first term.
Jeremy Taylor, the pass went over. He said, interesting that he's playing deep forward. So, haven't spotted Kieran Harper yet, but Taylor has been playing in the back line for the better part of the year, but he's kicked goals the last couple of weeks.
So Young went to Taylor and unfortunately missed him. Lynch got it away for St Kevin's with a big punch deep in towards the boundary line. Wrapped up in a tackle was Hinkley by Mitch Brown, and Mitch Brown will get the resultant free kick. Deep in the back pocket for St Kevin's. They lead by a point. The first term brought to you by our long-term sponsor, the Sky High Restaurant in Mount Dandenong, as Mitch Brown
kicks it on the Beach Road.
Unbelievably bad kick. Fitzy called his first kick a goal bad. Well, that one was terrible. He's nearly kicked it onto Beach Road.
Caught the Dangerfields.
Yes. And that's not a good disease to catch last night.
No.
So
not just by a bit.
No. That's gone.
Sailing up to the fans, his adoring fans.
So Marshall Rippon's got the ball for University Blues, and he turns it over, and Steve Salopek, wearing the fellow fluorescent boots, takes the ball in the back pocket. Usually a beautiful kick of the football. Salopek goes up the line. Big pack of players. Schultz flew high. The ball came down to St Kevin's. Wrapped up with Sullivan in a tackle, but he get the handball away to Kanakis. Can he run onto it? He gets around one. He beats Ryan Eade. Now the turnover. No, Kanakis gets the footy. He's run down by Battarillo in a tackle. Got to get the free kick.
So good pressure there from the Blues.
And does so. So Dan Battarillo's got the ball centre wing.
So Battarillo for Uni Blues. He'll drive the ball forward again. He's right on centre wing on the outer side. Goes towards the half-forward flank for Uni Blues. Running under the ball was Harper. Ball comes out the back. Who's the quickest onto it? Taylor was there for Uni Blues, but St Kevin's got some numbers at the back of the pack. They clear it away. Here's Jock. He's all on his own. Has a bounce. Runs through the line of the defensive 50 for St Kevin's. Has another bounce. Evades one tackle. Over the top handball. Here's a chance for his teammate here in Strauss. He handballs in turn to Guineas, and he sprays the ball very wayward left. And out of play in front of the coach's boxes. Interchange bench here at Trevor Barker Oval. 4 minutes played, first term, thanks to Sky High. No score. One behind to the Uni Blues. St Kevin's.
So Blues bring the ball back hard and high. Lynch up at the back against his opponent in Williams. Came to Jock. He got the handball away to Ben Dowd. Dowd now drove down towards the centre half forward position. University Blues have numbers. Can they be direct with the kick? They go up towards the half-forward line. Hayes has got the footy. He runs onto it beautifully. Misses his target in deep. And Connor Ross comes back for St Kevin's. The defender goes hard and high. Looking out there for Salopek. Outer wing. Beach Road side. Salopek runs under the footy. Ball comes back to Hinkley on the outer side of the ground for University Blues. He goes backwards before he goes forward. Turns it over. Salopek affected the smother. Cunningham falls on top of his man there. That was Cunningham for Uni Blues.
Pretty quick start from both teams. They're both attempting to break it open with plenty of run.
So we'll get a ball up on the outer side of the ground. Mitch Brown now wrapped up in a tackle, came to Sullivan, been prominent in the first 4 or 5 minutes. Howe gets the handball away to Lynch, quick kick up around the corner. And the mark taken there at half forward by Jay Schiltz. He goes onto the left foot, but turns it over. Like doing the roving was Guineas. He was stripped of the footy. He paddled it out the back. It came to Kanakis on the left foot. Billy Kanakis, it bounces. And bounces to the left, 1- score. So St Kevin's double the lead. They're 2 minors leading University Blues. Yet to score on the 6 Degrees Executive Recruitment scoreboard. We've gone 6 minutes.
Yeah, lots of pressure around the ball, isn't there? A lot of intercept from handballs, kicks getting mucked up.
So Uni Blues bring the ball back into play, goes towards the true centre-half back position. There's a whistle. Quick kick out of the pack came from Gleeson. The whistle being at first. And the free kick will go to Williams, it looks to be, for Uni Blues. Cameron Williams, the big boy at centre-half back, will take this free kick.
Neither side afraid to try a few things. They're moving the ball quickly rather than...
After the last 2 games of low scoring, yeah.
Summers makes the lead for Blues. Williams decides to go further and finds Jock, who took a overhead mark for St Kevin's. He switches the ball to the middle of the ground. Stephen Salopek took the mark, gave it quickly by hands to Strauss. He grabs a kick towards half forward. No teammates there for St Kevin's. Numbers here for Blues. They gather the footy. There's numbers around the ball now. They work through the middle of the ground to Uni Blues. Here's a chance for the target was Gapin, but cutting across and taking a mark for St Kevin's was Ross.
Ross went out to Strauss, who goes to Salopek. Strauss and Salopek both with the fluorescent boots and both getting much of the football. He goes up towards the half-forward line, but the Uni Blues ruckman in Williams ducks back and takes the mark. Slows up play, waiting, watching.
Not quite sure what to make of the jousting so far. Perhaps St Kevin's on top. But
so Williams has got to be good with his kick. He is to the outer side of the ground. And the mark taken back there in the back line might be Townley, who kicked it up. Looking for James, and James takes the mark. Gets the quick handball away. Then elects to go long. Punched away there from Coates by the University Blues player in Gapin. And we'll get a ball in. Right in front of the St Kevin's interchange. We've gone 7.5 minutes. It's St Kevin's 2. University Blues yet to score. So the ball about to be thrown back in.
Let's hope the coach sticks inside the area there.
Coach close to the boundary last week, we noted, John, as well.
Right on the boundary again.
He did. Jason Salopek in hard there for St Kevin's. No one can take control of the footy. We'll get a ball up.
We will. So, on the members' wing here at Trevor Barker Oval, umpire throws a ball up. Rucks go at it. Falls in the hands here of St Kevin's. Here's a chance for Brown, who kicked
another turnover,
and Uni Blues were there waiting. So they're going to bring the ball back from whence it came towards half forward, the half forward flank. Mark not taken here, but brought to ground by Ross. He jumps on top of the footy. They jump on top of him. Harper's close by for Uni Blues, but the umpire will come in the ball up right on the arc of the attacking 45, 40, 50 here.
I think.
Given it is Trevor Barker Oval, and we play much higher grade to footy here. The size allows for it. Here's a chance for Salopek. Stephen, that is, over the top with the hands to Matheson. He got rid of one tackler, couldn't get rid of the second, holding the ball, play on advantage. Here's Rippon for Uni Blues, has a shot at goal, fades across the face, out of play on the full.
No.
Well,
hit the point post.
Wasted effort then from Blues. They did all the hard work, put the pressure on, lovely tackle, ball came free, and they should have done more with it.
Marshall Rippon should have finished better there. Didn't do so. They haven't scored, and Billy Coates has got the ball in the back pocket for St Kevin's. He goes outside the 50-metre arc. 2 went up. No one really hardly touched the ball. Quick flick away. Ended up with Riley McMahon, who got it to Rippon. Rippon for University Blues. Went up towards Taylor. He couldn't take it. Coates ducking back, helping him. Salopek came to Taylor. He went for a handball. It really went for the boundary line to create a stoppage and was successful. 9 minutes and 20 seconds gone in the first term. It's goalless, but both teams still trying to make forward thrust. It's not just, as we said, the last couple of AFL games with no movement, but no one able to make them pay on the scoreboard. Mugovan stripped of the footy. Umpire said holding the ball. Advantage paid to Jared Gleeson. Goes up towards centre wing. Punched away University Blues defence. Over the top of Cunningham. Coming out after it there was Flanagan for University Blues. He can't take it in front of Mitch Brown, and we'll get a ball in.
Yeah, the sides that are running in passages look a lot better than trying to kick to position at the moment, because it is pretty tight for both teams. Forwards being marked quite heavily.
Second semi-final action here at Trevor Barker. St Kevin's and Uni Blues. As Michael Crooks just said, goalless to this point in the game. 10 minutes gone, first term. On centre wing, here's a chance. Mitch Brown again for St Kevin's. Bangs the ball. A high ball towards centre half forward for St Kevin's. But the mark's been taken by Townley. Reliable back there on the half back line for Uni Blues. They switch to play. He finds Clayton Hinkley on the opposite side of the ground. He goes quickly in turn to Taylor, who takes a mark in front of Critchley. Taylor now, shortish sort of ball, but over the head here of Gapin. Runs towards the boundary line. Who's got numbers back? Gapin gets back there quickly. Handball over the top. But he only found Jason Salopek with the long sleeves here today. They turn the ball over again. Now here's a chance for Uni Blues. James tries to gather the footy. Paddles in front of him. Harper was his target. Off the ground from the goal square. Battarillo for University Blues. Kicks the first of the afternoon.
Well, there was no brotherly love there. Jason Salopek put it slightly behind the handball, slightly behind his brother, and he coughed it up, and the Blues did the rest.
At the 11-minute mark of the first term, the first goal of the afternoon is kicked by Dan Battarillo from the goal square. They are 1 straight 6 Uni Blues, and they lead by 4 points. St Kevin's are 2 behind.
And talking of brotherly love, he is one of triplets.
He is. He is a triplet.
Has one of the other ones played in the ones this year, John? I think he has, hasn't he?
I don't think so.
No?
I think there's one in the seconds, one in the thirds.
So he's the one with the ability out of the 3.
all from the
They've all got ability.
Yeah.
Sullivan took the head out of the middle, came to ground, a quick kick, round the body is long and straight by Josh Wallace, who kicks his first goal, and St Kevin's answer within 25 seconds. They go to 1-2-8, leading University Blues 1 straight 6. We've nearly gone 12 minutes in the first quarter, and that's on the 6 Degrees Executive Recruitment scoreboard.
I think that's what they call an effective centre clearance.
Yeah.
Well, Williams actually won it down, but
it was St Kevin's who cleared it.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's when St Kevin's are at their most dangerous in the games we've seen this year. Once if Lynch starts getting his hand on the ball, they are very, very difficult to stop out of the middle.
So all the action today on 96.5 Inner FM, brought to you by Sky Home Mount Dandenong and 6 Degrees Executive Recruitment in this first term. Ball back in the middle. The Rucks go at it. Here's a chance out of the middle. Quick kick came from Sullivan. No, not marked.
Ball, yeah.
But he's
been
paid for the throw now. So the resultant free kick to St Kevin's. Parks. Long ball towards the top of the goal square. Dangerous territory here for University Blues, but they've got numbers back. They'll clear it away. They go towards the back pocket, and Flanagan's out there for Blues, who takes a mark on the absolute last line of defence, but he sprays a ball badly.
No wind.
No, it's just the ground.
It's got straights, hasn't it, on the wing?
Yeah.
Flanagan was not balanced when he kicked that ball. I think he was leaning slightly back, and it went out closer to his boot than it did to when it landed.
It's going to go close.
So Critchley's kick from the resultant free kick, but a mark has been taken there for Uni Blues by Lappin. So they're moving the ball quickly, Uni Blues, and a mark's been taken here by
Hinkley.
Hinkley it is.
So Dale Hinkley's got the ball, and now he's had it smothered there by Holden. And Holden affects a ball in right in front of the social club here at Trevor Barker Oval.
And it's the thing with this ground that it's very difficult to go straight down the line. There's just a wall of players. And again, that wall of players is played on 2 Blues players' set kick positions. One out in the full, one into the man on the mark because of the pressure.
Lynch wins the takeaway, and missing to the right-hand side with a blazing kick was Callum Matheson for 1 minus score. St Kevin's 1-3, Uni Blues 1 straight. 14 minutes gone in the first term of the second semi-final.
Showed a bit of toe there, Matheson, and just
roped it beautifully,
finish it off. A little bit of pressure toward the end.
Just looking the better in the early exchanges, St Kevin's, aren't they? Just a bit stronger, covering it over. Looking more dangerous forward.
They're linking up probably a little bit better at this stage as we wait for the ball to come back from over the fence. The Blues perhaps scrapping it a little more.
Just looking, they're playing a bit straight. You know, they're on one side of the ground. They're not really able to move it out of their back line.
So from the back line, Uni Blues, they bring the ball back into play towards the beat side of the ground. There for the crumbs was Jeremy Mugovan for University Blues. Ball goes towards centre wing, close to the boundary line, in fact too close. And ushered across by Connor Ross for St Kevin's.
And little things like those kicks not holding. There have been a few of those where a bloke down the ground has done the work to get out in front of his opponent, and he's had to try and pick the ball up at his feet.
Boundary throw in, beat side of the ground. Rucks go at it again. Williams with the effective tap down. A lot of players on the footy, ball on the deck, trying to be burrowed out from a pack of 4 or 5 on top of it. Almost out now, but the umpire, I think, will come in and adjudicate. He does. And we'll have a ball up. 3 points the margin here. St Kevin's lead. 1-3 to a goal. And we played 15 minutes of this first term, all thanks to Sky High.
Ruck takeaway comes down. University Blues have football. And we'll try and switch play dangerously to Cunningham, who's got the football. Half-back flank, grandstand side, but turns over Merritt, floats very well. He gets the handball away to Holden. Holden on the overlap to Kanakis, back to Jack Holden. Handballs back inside there to Gleeson, kicks around his body, right up towards the full forward line, but ducking back and taking the relieving marker there has ended up with Ross Young. Ross Young now on the left foot, goes out to Summers, out of half-back flank. Pete Summers, usually a good user of the footy, kicks in front of the scoreboard. I put the moz on him and he's kicked it very, very wide.
Again, too close to the man on the mark and just not getting back and preparing for his kick, but he's played enough footy here to know.
And hit that straight and kicked it out of bounds in the full. So Merritt's now got the ball virtually in the centre of the ground. Handballs back to Critchley. Moved forward last week, did a good job. Critchley kicks long, right up towards the full forward line. Williams ducks back for Uni Blues. He punches it away in front of Jack Townley and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. Deep in the forward pocket.
Just building the pressure, aren't they, St Kevin's? They're starting to go forward now with more regularity, and sooner or later they're going to get one.
Blues just can't get it out. They can't get it past the wing.
And given that St Kevin's are kicking to that far end of the ground, Fitzy, more than happy for them to keep doing that because we are struggling to see them down there at times. Ball back into play. Here's a chance for Jock, but he got it too late and the ball was back over the boundary line. So, not a great deal happening on the scoreboard. 16, almost 17 minutes played. 1-3 to a goal. St Kevin's leader in next to perfect conditions, if not bang on perfect. Ball back into play. Again, Williams for Uni Blues. Front position, palms it down. Again, a pack forms and a ball up. See if you can clear it away, Crooksy.
Well, as John and Michael said, 3-point lead to St Kevin's. Really, in general play, it's been up that end a lot more. Tom Juck flew high. Mitch Brown demands football. It missed him. Came to Wallace, who kicked the first goal. Went on his left foot. Up towards the full forward line, and Gillum let out and took the mark.
I knew you'd clear it away.
Beautiful kick there from Dowd, wasn't it?
Was it Dowd, was it? I thought it might have been Wallace. But
oh, well, you got the goggles on it, so it just looked like Dowd, that's all. But I haven't. It's a long way away.
Yeah, very good. And Gillum was up to it. Got down low, took the catch.
He's great down low, isn't he, for such a big guy, and for someone that's played so much footy and had his fair share of injuries, he's still...
So at least we're right behind this kick, and he's nearly directly in front. We're at one end of the ground. Stephen Gillum. This for the second major of the day.
He's looking around. I'm not sure what's going on here. He was ready, then he wasn't.
Might have taken the full weight of his opponent landing on him.
He now comes in. He'll kick from 30 metres out, no real angle to speak of, and slot it straight through the middle. St Kevin's go to 2, 3, 15. University Blues 1 straight 6. 18 and a half minutes gone on the 6 Degrees executive recruitment scoreboard for the Sky High Restaurant in Mount Dandenong.
Well, he doesn't miss many, Gillum. He's a beautiful kick and just taking the advantage. I mean, it was no sure thing, that mark. He had to dive low and hard and managed to hold on to it once he hit the ground and went back and kicked. Took his time and kicked surely and giving some reward for the 10 minutes or so that St Kevin's have had the ball in their forward line. Blues now really need a centre clearance to get some play down there into the ground and get something back straight away. 9
points is the lead. All the action in this second semi-final from Trevor Barker Oval. Ball back in the middle again. Breaking through was Gleeson for St Kevin's, but Blues win the ball back, or do they know? It's a ball in dispute now in the middle of the ground. Umpire has come in and ball up with a quick whistle.
Good opportunity to get it out then, and just a couple of fumbles, which has been going on a bit. Cost them forward
Jock over the top with the palm down, but only into the hands here of McMahon for Blues. Can they clear it away from this congestion? St Kevin's look like they might. The handball over the top falls into the path only here of Flanagan for Blues. They will bring the ball back. Mark's been taken here now by Hayes. He runs free. He's got space in front of him. Kicks inside, attacking 50. And has found his man in Gapin.
So the interesting thing about that is that Jock has gone into the ruck for St Kevin's and Hayes has gone into the ruck for Blues. So it'll be a bit of an exchange of running players there.
So Gapin, 44 goals this season. Kicks towards the Saltner end of the ground. And they make it to 45. First of the finals for Gapin and the second for Uni Blues in this second semi-final. They go on to 2 straight 6. They trail by 3 points to Kevin's at 2-3-15 at the 20-minute mark of this first quarter. And that's all thanks on the 6 Degrees Executive Recruitment School Board.
You know what that reminded me of, Crooksy? As a young bloke sitting in the grandstand at Victoria Park and Peter McKenna from an outside boundary, he could curve them. He could curve a drop punt either side. And that's exactly what he did with that drop punt. It curved in, didn't it?
I think Gapin would be fairly flattered to be compared with Peter McKenna.
I'm not comparing him. I'm just saying it reminded me of.
The way it went left to right, coming off the boot and slotting through.
Not an easy thing to do with a drop punt.
No, exactly.
Unless you drop it crooked.
By
accident.
It's always by accident.
Interesting reply there from Blues. I think they really needed that one. St Kevin's were really pushing hard and you know, the thumb was coming down, I think, on them.
Agree. That was a very important goal. Just keeps them within a goal. 15 plays 12, and we've had 2 clearances that weren't cleared. So once again, Jock will go up in the ruck corner. No, he won't.
Some solid physical stuff going on at these stoppages.
Hayes will go up against Lynch. Lynch says he was pushed out of the ball. Quick kick away by Ryan Eade up towards Hinkley. He tried to take the football. Quick handball away. Went to Muggerman. Now Strauss got a quick kick around his body, but it was taken away by Townley. Townley's got it to Flanagan. Flanagan goes up towards the leading Taylor. 2 hands punched away. St Kevin's defender in Chris Gleeson takes the footy. Gets the handball to Tom Jock. He can go over the top there to Mitch Brown, who gets the quick handball away to Kanakis. Kanakis gets the handball looking for Jock. He can't take the football. Ryan Eade can, but he's under pressure. Comes to Dowd. Advantage about to be paid. No. Dowd was run down in the tackle, and the free kick will go back the way of St Kevin's.
A little bit of feeling out there.
No, it'll go to Ryan Eade.
A minor melee, he was hit high.
Okay, so Eade was hit high. Now he kicks long. Up towards James.
Another free kick.
This time a shepherding. He'll go to St Kevin's. And it'll go to Billy Coates at half-back. 15-12, St Kevin's lead, 22 and a half gone.
Coates surveying his options. He's going to kick towards the wing from half-back. Running under the ball was Townley for Uni Blues. He might have been pushed as the umpire. So he'll be given a free kick. Just defensive side of centre wing here for University Blues.
I'll make a comment when we've got a minute about that kick out of Coates.
3 points the margin. We'll come back to you, John. Cross half-back. They switch the play. Long kick from Vickers Willis. Goes towards the Beach Road side of the ground. Target there was Langham, but it goes out of play. John Cannon.
Coates had the ball back here. I mean, admittedly, he was in the middle of the ground more, but he kicked down the line in the middle of the ground and not towards the boundary. And I reckon the Blues guys have sort of been going for that same kick, but more trying to hug the boundary. I don't think there's any less or more danger by having it in the middle of the ground there.
Comment to John Canist. Ball kicked back inside the attacking 50 here for St Kevin's. Hands off the pack. Cunningham with a handball over the top. He was looking for a teammate, McMahon. He was put under immense pressure.
Guineas.
Quick kick out of the pack was from Guineas, John, and out of play on the full. So
when I say the middle of the ground there, Andrew, it's actually the sort of the middle part of the outside corridor, not
halfway
the
between the boundary line and the outside
square.
Square. Yeah.
So restart a play. University Blues have the footy. Go long. Merritt up against Batterillo. Comes to Strauss. Quick handball. Steve Salopek gets around one. Then deliberately kicks up high into a contest. Ducking back there and taking the mark was Townley. Townley goes out looking for Flanagan. He's pursued by Jason Salopek. Flanagan shows him a clean set of plates and then goes out to the outer side looking for Taylor. Punched away by Connor Ross for St Kevin's. Up towards James. He's being pursued by Coach. James said he was upended and gets the free kick. And a 25-metre penalty against Billy Coates.
I thought that was going to be against the
James.
Blues. James for whacking into...
Agree.
Yeah.
St Kevin's player's still down on the ground.
I think he's got a pretty bad cork out of it. It's a bad collision, yeah.
Connor Ross.
Yeah.
Calling for the
So James will be
trainer.
50 metres out when he kicks. He'll kick right up to the hot spot at the top of the square. Williams pushed out, punched away St Kevin's defenders, rushed behind. The first one for Blues. They get a 2-1-13, trailing St Kevin's 2-3-15.
So quickly bringing the ball back into play, St Kevin's. The mark was taken by Jared Gleeson. He gives the ball quickly away to Strauss. And already with 2 kicks, they're inside the centre square.
Beautiful movement.
Long ball towards half forward here by St Kevin's. Oh, beautiful mark.
Kanakis.
Flying back with the ball, second in line, but Kanakis has taken a mark.
Well, what a good little player he is. I've said it a lot when we've seen him this year, but the improvement in that guy from when I first sort of started watching him when they were a Prem B side, he is a genuinely good and dangerous player.
He was more like a little highlights reel then, John, wasn't he? He played a bit more now.
And kicked a bit erratically.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think one of the best kicks in the competition for goal.
Now, yeah.
We're about to see Fitzy.
And every time he gets the ball, he does what you'd hope he would do for his team.
Lick your pencil on
So
this,
Billy
I say.
Kanakis kicks towards the Hampton end or northern end of the ground. It's made the distance. The umpire likes it. No one got a finger to it right on the goal line, and Billy Kanakis kicks his first for the day. So St Kevin's now move on to 3-3-21. Uni Blues a 2-1-13, all thanks to Sky High and 6 Degrees Executive Recruitment. 25.5 minutes gone first quarter.
Yeah, Blues look good going down the ground there, and when they have the ball, if they're finding targets, they're looking terrific. But as soon as St Kevin's get the ball back, they're executing themselves, and that kick into Kanakis and then the resultant goal was full reward for some nice football.
In the middle, St Kevin's about to take it out again through Wallace. Gets it around his body. Up looking for Dowd. Townley working back, but Dowd does beautifully. Turns him inside out. Then turns the ball over. Ross Young trying to go at it. Came to Callan Matheson on the right foot. Callan Matheson unloads to the northern end. Punched away by Cunningham. And he sees it through for one minor score.
A let off.
3-4-22 St Kevin's. 2-1-13 Uni Blues. 26.5 gone first term.
Well,
for the Sky High.
That old chestnut I use so often. We're looking at 7 scoring shots to 3, so they're well on top, St Kevin's.
Agree.
Everywhere but the scoreboard.
So Uni Blues, again, as they've done a few times already, having to bring the ball back into play. Mitch Brown was the flyer. Ball comes to ground. Blues have got some numbers. They're going to bring it through. Hayes right through the centre circle. Kicks a long ball towards the half forward flank. Harper's going to take the mark. He wants to move it on quickly. He does. And he's found a teammate in Gapin. So Gapin again.
Oh, he pegged that bloke back on the mark.
We'll have another shot for goal from a reasonably similar distance, but a better angle than what he had moments ago.
And experience then.
Where he kicked the ball. So beautiful movement of the ball through Hayes to Harper, now to Gapin.
They're following another turnover from Mitch Brown.
Gapin towards the southern Saltner end of the ground. He's done it again for his second. So 2 goals to Timmy Gapin in this first term. And University Blues peg one back. 3-1-19 to 3-4-22 St Kevin's lead at the 27.5 minute mark of the first term.
John, they brought it up the ground very well then.
Well, look, they did, yeah. And a couple of the boys out on their own there. Perhaps the St Kevin's boys had been involved in forming the wall further upfield, but to have 2 players, in particular Harper on his own, and then Gapin's opponent had to go to Harper, and then Harper was able to just chip it over the top and give Gapin a relatively easy shot at goal.
In the centre, Lynch wins the tap down. Got it to Brown, he went to Sullivan. Sullivan now with a quick handball away. They drove it up the line there through Holden. It missed his target in Gillen. Blues do well to defend. And Vickers Willers went to Ryan Eade. Back to Young now, goes through the centre up looking for Quinn or James. Misses them both. Steve Salopek does a good job. Turned around 360, got the handball to Chris Gleeson. He went back to Critchley, who went back to Chris Gleeson.
He went to the bloke
and
in the crowd.
That straight line on those wings causing havoc here at Sandringham, because they're kicking a lot of them out on the full just in that position.
And the interesting thing about that is they've actually done something to it and pushed it out wider because of the VFL footy here and the AFL Victoria telling him to. So
and it's still not wide enough. So they drive it in. Salopek flew high. Ball came to the dangerous Battarillo. He tried to get around 1-2. Umpire said play on. So Steve Salopek having a good first quarter. Got the ball away to Merritt. Merritt went long, right up towards the centre wing position. And a free kick's going to be paid the way of University Blues.
What a quarter he's had.
Premier B, Old Brighton 3-1-19 lead, Old Scotch 1 behind.
So Townley, as John Cannon's just said, he's had a very, very good opening term here. Switches the ball, finds Cunningham for Blues. They go further and wider. It's going to end up here in the hands of Flanagan for Blues. He wants to look for Taylor further afield. Outstretched arms couldn't hold the mark. Numbers here now for St Kevin's. Gleeson grubbers the ball into the centre wing position. Here's a chance now for Wallace for St Kevin's. Long ball towards the forward pocket. It's a bouncing ball towards the boundary line. Who's going to win? The boundary line will. And the ball goes out of play at the 29.5-minute mark. Almost 30, actually, played of this first term, all thanks to Sky High. And it is a 3-point lead to St Kevin's, 3-4-22 to 3-1-19.
Jeremy Taylor's hand's just not quite clean today.
Well,
he's had a number of opportunities.
Yeah, I think the kick from Flanagan wasn't great. It was slightly to the wrong side of the
Williams got the tap down to Rippon and ended up with Hinkley. He missed his target. Now they've got to work hard, University Blues, to clear the danger zone. Gaping up the ground, pressured by Steve Salopek. Bottom of the pack, Harper working hard for Uni Blues.
See, there we go. You see Quinn back here on his own. Gleeson being sucked up towards the play there. That's the play that caught him out last time. Backline
Ruck
plays
contest. Lynch working hard, came to Ryan Eade. He got the handball away. Now on the overlap, James is out here, right in front of the coaches. Centre wing position. Mark James has to be good. Tom Jock tries to do it. He is pushed out of the contest by the wily veteran in Ross Young. He went up towards Gapin. He stood there and Crouchley ducked back and took the mark for St Kevin's.
So towards half-back, they just chip it around the defensive 50. Mark's been taken by Strauss for St Kevin's. Kick came from Critchley. Strauss, short again towards Jerry Gleeson. What's he got on offer further afield? Goes longer this time towards centre wing. And they're out. Stephen Salopek takes the mark.
Oh, the big name players in the back half then. A really good exit from St Kevin's. Great kicking, great poise.
Good experience amongst those players who've just got rid of the footy. Salopek goes towards the wing. His target was Gillum.
Yeah, fair enough.
And a free kick for, I suppose, chopping the arms.
Yeah, shoulder, he said, actually.
So you've got to go back. Premier C, Caulfield Grammarians 3 points lead. Haileybury 2 points.
Stephen Gillum goes long towards half forward. Who can take the mark for St Kevin's? No one at the back. Well, there's a whistle. A free kick goes the way of St Kevin's. So in scoring range, the free kick recipient will be Jay Schultz, I think. So we talk of experience.
Couple in a row there.
Gentlemen, a lot of free kicks being played.
A lot of free kicks.
Just a lot of free kicks.
I would have said, yeah.
So Schultz.
They've just gone down the ground with him.
And on the siren, Jay Schultz is going to have a shot for goal for his first for the day.
He's a good kick generally, isn't he?
He generally is, but that normally ensures that they're not on this occasion. Jay Schultz on approach towards the northern end of Trevor Barker Oval at quarter time and has kicked it. So important one there for St Kevin's, right on the buzzer. And they go to 4-4-28. They lead by 9 points. Uni Blues a 3-1-19 as Jay Schultz kicks a goal right on the quarter time siren. We're going to take a break here on 96.5 Inter FM. Second semi-final day, William Buck Premier Division football.
Sky High Mount Dandenong offers an unparalleled view over Greater Melbourne. Whether dining with friends or as the venue for that special function, Sky High has something for all the family, including an exquisite English garden. Adventurous Sky High Mount.
Exactly.
Excellent sentiment, John.
So on 96.5 Inter FM, the second term, here's Andrew.
Trevor Barker Oval, bathed in sunshine, ball in the middle of the ground. St Kevin's go forward for the first clearance, but the mark's been taken on the edge of the square by Dale Hinkley for St Kevin, for Uni Blues. He handballs wide towards Townley. He fumbles the ball, but finally gets it into the hands here of Clayton Hinkley. So Hinkley at half back, kicks towards centre wing. Blues attacking to the northern end of the ground, big fist away from St Kevin's in that pack.
Big Lynchy.
Straight towards the boundary line. Lynch was the puncher, and it goes out of play. Half forward flank here for University Blues. They trail by 9 points. That is the quarter time margin. Only moments into this second term. Ball back into play. Lynch again palms the ball down, but it's going to be collected here by Rippon. Rippon with the handball. They're going to try and work it through. They do with the snap coming from Eade. And it's going to fall short and be... No, it's actually bounced through. So it fell short and bounced through. Took a left-hand break. and went through for the first goal of this second quarter. It goes the way of University Blues, handy to say the least.
Gee,
They are now 4-1-25, sorry, 54-1-25 Uni Blues. St Kevin's are 4-4-28. 3 points of margin in favour of St Kevin's in the first minute and a half this second term.
Marshall Rippon had the ball forever then before deciding to give it off.
Might have gone the journey with the ball in hand.
Well,
It was close, yeah.
So it was Ed who kicked it?
Yep.
And, John, did you know that it's probably a free kick right at the start of their
Absolutely,
term?
the St Kevin's bloke.
They didn't pay it.
No, I should have paid
They
that.
might have thrown the whistles away now. Gleeson takes the tap from Lynch. He gets it to Dowd. He gets it across to Salopek. Salopek goes up towards centre-half forward, punched away Cunningham, comes to ground. Ross Young charges through on his trusty left foot, right up towards the half-forward line. Taylor in front, working back Strauss for St Kevin's. On the right foot, he's got to be good. He is. He goes to Chris Gleeson. Chris Gleeson deep into the back pocket and finds the veteran in Ben Dowd, right in front of the Sandringham Social Club.
Taylor's opponent was brilliant there with that kick from Ross Young to Taylor. The St Kevin's opponent just kept him under the ball.
So Ben Dowd kicks up, massive fly. Jared Gleeson came to ground. Quick kick up by Langham, 4-eyed University Blues. But ducking back and taking the relieving mark to St Kevin's defender in Ross, who flicks up to Tom Jock. So Jock takes the football. Goes onto his non-preferred side, but still kicks it right side.
Beautiful kick.
Out to Strauss on the outer side of the ground. He'll drive up long, up to Matheson now at half forward. Matheson looks for the leading Gillum, and he stands firm and takes the mark. Fantastic delivery by St Kevin's.
yeah, very efficient.
And a great play from Gillen there. He lost Vickers Willis and just got himself sufficient distance to be able to run out in front and take an easy, uncontested mark.
So he kicked one in the first quarter. Steve Gillen led Vickers Willis flat-footed on that occasion, as John said. He'll kick from 35 metres out, 45-degree angle, southern end of the Trevor Barker Oval to put them back 9 points in front. Stephen Gillum unloads beautifully, and St Kevin's go to 5-4-34, leading University Blues 4-1-25. That's for Deloitte's, and it's on the Holmes Glen Sports Degree scoreboard.
Yeah, well, Gillum's the man they're going to more than Schultz, and so Vickers Willis has got his work cut out. He's defended well a couple of times. He's infringed once, but he's got good space in front of him, Gillum. He organises that forward line nicely and gives himself room in front and moves to it well and late.
Williams and Lynch do it again in the middle of the ground. Lynch with the possession and the quick kick. They're going to go 40 here against St Kevin's. Inside attacking 50. The mark wasn't taken by Schultz. Ball comes to ground. They got numbers at ground level. Here's a chance for Sullivan for St Kevin's. Kicks into open space. Leading into the ball was Gillum. He gives it away towards Schultz. Again wider. They go towards Brown. Brown around on his right. Kicks to the hot spot in the adjacent to the goal square. Around the body comes a quick kick from Wallace. Has he kicked his second? No, he has not. Across the face of goal for one behind. So again, they worked the ball well in that attacking 50, did St Kevin's, and just found players loose in space. And then Wallace had a shot at goal, but all to no avail.
Blues fumble in the middle of the ground then.
It was Eid on the deck, yeah. And also a tackle that should have been held on the St Kevin's number 35.
So Dale Hinkley unloads up looking for Hayes. Salopek went up, nearly held the mark. The ball came to ground. Harper pushed off the football. St Kevin's through. Gleeson drove it long. Up into the full forward line. Townley chasing Kanakis. Can't get him. And the ball goes over the line and out of bounds right in front of our commentary position. I think that's the first time it's been here today. So we can see it now. Right in front of us is the umpire. Unloads and puts the ball beautifully back in. Lynch and Williams cuddle. No one got anywhere near the ball. He'd missed it. Came to ground. McMahon got the handball away. He went to Hinkley, who went to Young. Young on the left foot drove it beautifully up to the half-forward line. Jeremy Taylor let out and took the mark. Taylor went long up towards the full-forward line. He missed Gapin. Salopek's going to see it over the boundary line in front of Coates, and we'll get a ball in.
I just wonder whether Blues need that third target up forward. You know, in a small, narrow forward area, I think 2 targets are plenty.
And target being who?
Well,
So
Taylor.
Taylor, Gapin,
Gapin and Harper. I mean, but they're very mobile players.
So the ball brought back into play. Now deep in the forward line for University Blues. Lynch tried to get it over the back, ended up with Steve Salopek. Kicked across his body, 2-on-1. At the back, Townley punched it away. He's ended up with the football on the left foot. He kicks it around the body. St Kevin's have the numbers. Was the mark being paid? It is. And it'll go to Jared Gleeson.
Jared Gleeson, reliable back there at half-back.
Gleeson, Critchley and Salopek are sensational in that back line.
Gleeson to Holden. He marks on the defensive arc for St Kevin's. Northern end of the ground. Holden. He was looking for Jason Salopek with the long sleeves. Couldn't find him. Now Uni Blues have got some numbers. Missed handball, went past Muggervan. St Kevin's now wrap up the ball, turn the ball over. They get wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire puts the whistle away, and now he blows and says, I'll have it.
He took on 3 players then.
And got free, and then could have been tackled again, and was tackled again. So
right on centre wing, umpire will ball it up. Again, we've said it before, magnificent conditions here at Trevor Barker today for this second semi-final. Here's a chance for Uni Blues through Flanagan. Kicks the ball high, ball towards half forward. But relieving mark on his chest, taken by James Strauss for St Kevin's.
So Strauss has got the footy. 10 points is the margin. It was 9 at quarter time. He kicks long, and Flanagan could have marked it and just deliberately punched it over the boundary line.
They haven't gone to that one yet, the umps, in league footy either, but it's as deliberate as anything you'll see, isn't it?
You're going to penalise intent.
He was the only one going for the ball, so it would have been easier to mark it.
Well, that's the question, and that shows a lack of confidence.
It does, that worries me. Hayes beats Lynch in the ruck contest, comes to Mitch Brown. On his right foot, he goes around the corner, dropped by Dale Hinkley. Kanakis doing the roving, he overruns the foot, he comes back to Lappin. Great tackle by Matheson for St Kevin's. Team tackle by Schultz, and we'll get a ball up.
Summers and Muggervan both very quiet for Blues at this stage.
Yes, absolutely. Lynch gets the ball down. Flanagan's not quiet. He goes around his body. And a man who's certainly not quiet, Stephen Salopek, had leather poisoning in the first 40 minutes of this match across half-back, as John Canner said. Salopek goes up to the leading Holden. Getting in his way was Hinkley. Did a good job. Now he needs support. He gets it from Townley. He manages to break 2, and he's good with the kick. Umpire said it wasn't far enough. McMahon got the footy. On the overlap there is Ross Young. Very dangerous. On the right foot, he kicks around the corner. Deep into the forward line. Taylor tried to take it, couldn't do so. Punched away Chris Gleeson, St Kevin's defender, doing a good job, and it's out of bounds deep in the forward pocket.
Well, where would they be without Jack Townley? That magnificent intercept there.
Yeah, it's a good point, Fitzy. So, in the back pocket, or the forward pocket if you like, Uni Blues end of the ground in front of the kiosk. Trevor Barker Oval second semi-final. Ball gets thrown back into play. Rucks go at it. It was Lynch who palmed the ball down, tackled and holding the footy.
Nice.
It was against Sullivan for St Kevin's. Incorrect disposal, and the free kick
Harper, I think,
will go the way of Kieran Harper indeed. So the former North Melbourne listed player for University Blues will have a deliberate set shot at goal, and he's...
I don't necessarily like that seeing holding the ball. I mean, he just got the ball and the tackle.
Didn't he?
Yeah, and the tackle just dropped it free. I mean...
But we all knew he was going to pay it.
42 goals this
now.
season.
Yeah, they do.
42 goals from 13 games, Kieran Harper, and he absolutely makes no mistake with that one. So University Blues, again, get the goal they need. They go on a 5-1-31. They'll trail by 4 points, and Kevin's a 5-5-35. 9.5 gone second term, all thanks to Deloitte and Holmesglen Sports Degrees.
Well, I think, as you mentioned there, Fitzy, Blues have got Jack Townley to thank for the opportunity to get that goal. Good pressure around the ball there. Again, I'm just wondering with Jeremy Taylor, he's had opportunities at the ball with marking, and he just, I mean, I know that ball was high and someone closing in on him late. I've seen him play beautifully in the back line, and he's getting his hands to a lot, and they're just not sticking.
So Uni Blues hanging in there, 4 points the margin. St Kevin's have been able to answer. Muggervan wins the contest. He goes to Marshall Rippon. Rippon kicks up beautifully to the half-forward flank. Mark taken, Battarillo. He kicked the first goal of the day. This time he's forced to kick on his left and turn over. Guess who? Steve Salopek takes the mark. Just ducking into the hole as he has done so long here at St Kevin's, and prior to that in an AFL career. Went out looking for Mitch Brown. Ball came to ground. Marshall Rippon does the tackling. Can they affect a turnover? Guinea's on top of it with Cunningham. Eade waits with Brown, and we'll get a ball up. Half-forward flank for University Blues.
Thought he might have got a free, that Marshall Rippon jumping into his back there, but not to be.
They've kicked 2 straight to 1-1. We've gone 11 minutes. Lynch flips it out the back. He's winning most of the tap-outs. And St Kevin's now get the ball away. through Wallace, who kicked around his body underground. Oh, doing a great job there was Hinkley, but a wobbly kick, turned over. Now they'll drive through Sullivan up the line, and the mark taken by Holden, centre wing for St Kevin's.
So Holden's been busy in this second term for St Kevin's. He's at centre wing, as Michael Crooks just said. He'll drive the ball, pun the pun, into the half-forward flank, into the path of Gillam. And Gillam takes a mark on his chest. Still outside, attacking 50 St Kevin's. They lead by 4 points. 11 and a half gone, second term. Gillam goes inside, attacking 50. Oh, there's been a free kick given away for Schultz. Off the ball.
But
I mean, he was going for the ball too, as early as he was.
So Lappin for Uni Blues drives the ball back towards centre wing. Who can take clean possession? Stephen Salopek can. Of course he can. Holden here for St Kevin's. He dodges around one tackle, gets the ball on his right boot, kicks to the hot spot in front of the goal square here for St Kevin's, but Uni Blues have got a lot of numbers. They're going to clear it away through Muggervan.
Muggervan went to Flanagan, and they're up the line, looking for Battarillo on centre wing position. Pressured by Critchley.
Or his knee, by the look of it.
Who's that?
Guineas, by the look of it.
Guineas? So Battarillo goes high, up towards the half-forward line. Gapin couldn't take the mark. Coates does a good job. He gets the handball to Tom Jock. Jock flicks the ball over the top. St Kevin's drive it long. Up towards the runner, Henry Parks. Henry Parks comes around on the right-hand side. Now he goes back to the left. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire said Henry had his chance. And the free kick will go the way of University Blues. And they'll bring it back into Cunningham. Who took the free kick, John?
That was number 3, Hinkley.
Yeah, Hinkley, sorry. Dale. So Cunningham went back, and Tom Jock was up in front. Henry Parks trying to redeem himself. Finds the boundary, will get a ball in. It's 35 St Kevin's, 31 Uni Blues. 13 minutes gone, second term for Deloitte's. William Buck, Premier Division, second semi-final.
I think the game's changed a little bit. I think Blues are currently holding the ascendancy, but they'll need another goal to seal it.
Down to throw in. Again, St Kevin's are going to bring the ball inside their attacking 50. Schultz was the target. Just sock it off the ground, little toe poke in the path of Cunningham for Uni Blues. Again, ball on the ground. Players fall on top. It comes out the back. Here's a chance for University Blues. Play on, says the umpire. St Kevin's are going to have a shot at goal around the body. Misses to the near side. And it was...
No, Sullivan.
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 Wow, that's good work by the St Kevin's crowd, chucking the ball there.
Very vocal crowd. They think there should have been a free kick there.
So Townley brings the ball back into Jeremy Muggervan. Margin 5 points. Muggervan slowing down play. Play has slowed down in the last 5 minutes or so. Now he kicks long. 2-on-2 contest. Steve Salopek punches it away. Comes to Hayes, who goes to Eade. He drives it up towards centre half forward.
Well contested.
They drop the ball, but it came to Patrick Hayes. Now he's got one on his own out
well,
the back.
Hayes.
I think it's Taylor. He gets the handball away, and Tom Quinn strolls in to put University Blues in front for the second time of the day. 6-1-37, leading St Kevin's 5-6-36. Fitzy.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I thought Blues had gotten on top in the last 5 or 6 minutes, and they certainly needed that goal to establish that ascendancy, and well done. They got that. There's some nice work as the ball went down the ground.
Patrick Hayes, 2 involvements there. Yes. Really sensational play. And it's taken the wind out of this end of the ground a bit, hasn't it?
Certainly has.
You just sort of feel that sense of... Anyway, great play from Hayes, and I do think St Kevin's was stiff not to get holding the ball down there in the pocket. They did have a pretty easy shot on goal after it, so
the ball back in the middle. Again, Williams and Lynch go at it in the middle of the ground. The clearance is going to come the way of St Kevin's. They go towards half forward again. Gillam's the target. Can he take the mark? You bet he can. Crowd calling for 25. The umpire having nothing of it. So Gillam, he'll go sort of across the face of goal, and didn't give his forwards much of a chance. Ball inside, attacking forward at 50 here for St Kevin's, and Pack forwards ball up.
Well, great tackle
John, but he should have
McMahon.
marked it, shouldn't he?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I think his weight was going back a bit, and he just... he should have.
The ball up, 40 metres out from the St Kevin's goal. They're going to clear it away here, Blues. Cunningham go towards Flanagan it was, who kicks towards the members' wing. One-on-one contest. In front is Jason Salopek for St Kevin's. He got wrapped up and dumped into the ground. The umpire calls for a ball up.
Very clever work there from Summers. He could see that Jason
Yeah, no
Salopek
hope,
could
did
have
he?
gone the other way.
And he has got wheels.
Gotten away,
He has got wheels. He would have run away from him.
As soon as Jason Salopek grabbed the ball, Summers had him. Lynch flicked it out again. Williams trying to work through hard. Jared Gleeson for St Kevin's in on top of it. The Bulls are at each other. And we'll get a ball up. Just 4 to centre for St Kevin's. They trail by 1. It's been a very, very competitive second semi-final. Ball bouncing from one end to the other. 11 goals kicked in the first 45 minutes. It's what we like to see. And Lynch got it to Jason Salopek. Wrapped up was Holden. He got it back to Matheson. Matheson went back to Lynch. Lynch kicked up. Jason Salopek stands firm. Takes the mark. It's about the handball.
Oh, play on. If ever it was.
Umpire said no, he didn't get off the line. And fortuitously, he's got the footy. He'll kick from just outside the 50-metre arc. And he'll kick beautifully as a pass. No free, said the umpire. Was there a hold in the ball? No. Now Mitch Brown wrapped up in tackle, came to Holden. He was missed again. Flicked out there by Flanagan. He went to Hinkley, back to Jason Salopek. The heat's on in the kitchen here. Holden's tackled by 4 Uni Blues players. St Kevin's crowd don't like the decisions.
And the umpires have put the whistle away.
They have. In the first quarter, they would have paid 8 free kicks in that stanza. Didn't pay any. 5-6 St Kevin's, 6-1 Uni Blues.
Lynch with the palm down, only into the hands there of Hinkley for Uni Blues. Are they going to get out? They might through some clean ball movement by hands. They kick towards the half-back flank and Harper takes the mark for Blues. He switches the play into the path of Summers. Oh. He knows his ground pretty well, Pete Summers. What can he do?
I don't know, but I wish he'd pick it up.
They got some Blues. They got some numbers here, Blues, I should say. Now it's Vickers-Willis who has the ball, and they're working towards centre wing. Play on, says the umpire.
Not for long, he does.
Tackle.
Not for long.
And it was Cunningham who got tackled, and
no, it was Young who got tackled.
Young it was. My apologies. So, crowd getting involved, a little bit involved in this game. Uni Blues lead by a point. Schultz takes a mark for St Kevin's. The last 2 goals to University Blues. Can St Kevin's 5-1 here? Schultz goes long. Gillam's limping in the goal square.
Something bad wrong.
Looks like he's done a hamstring or some sort of leg injury.
Something bad.
Gillam. He's on one leg at the moment, walking towards the boundary line. Uni Blues will try and clear it away. Or do they? They do. Not really. Ball gets into the hands here of Holden for St Kevin's. Crowd getting involved, as we said. Ball trickles towards the boundary line. Can't go out. Jock's going to take possession. He gets wrapped up in a tackle by Quinn. Here's a chance now for St Kevin's. It's Parks. Gives it away towards Kanakas. Kanakas kicks a banana around his body. But misses to the near side. Was it a mark? It's going to be a mark, I think.
Paid the mark.
So the last line of
Gillam
defence.
can't even get off. He's that slow. I mean, it's bad for St Kevin's at the moment. Summers has got the footy for University Blues. Goes to the outer side of the ground. And the mark taken there by Clayton Hinkley. Outer side. His brother's been very prominent. He drives up the line to Ross Young. This time just weighs up play. And Young now with his customary left foot. Up to in front of the scoreboard, St Kevin's ducking back well, taking the mark there, Merritt. Merritt flips it into Jason Salopek. Shows his good pair of hands the second time in the last couple of minutes. Jason Salopek this time goes out, looking and finding Sullivan. Centre wing position. Sullivan. Now chips up looking for Henry Parks. And he's been paid the mark. We met Henry's mother in the car park. Lovely lady. She said to give him a great call, so Henry's got the mark.
She paid $17?
She didn't pay, no, she didn't pay her $17. She thought it was too much. So Parks drove the ball up to the half-forward line, punched away Townley, comes to ground, and thrown over the line was Jack Holden by Dale Hinkley, and will get a ball in. Great game of footy, 5-6-36 St Kevin's, 6-1-37 University Blues, and we've gone 20 minutes in the second term.
Boundary throw-in, member side of the ground.
Cock
over the top. Got the handball. Got the palm down towards Salopek, but they turn the ball over. Here's Young for University Blues. They go inside. They're attacking 50. Who can take the mark? No one can. Ball comes to ground. Their first for St Kevin's was Coates. They cleared away towards the boundary line. Coates goes back in again for a second chance.
A lot of appealing.
And the umpire, a lot of appealing. The umpire comes in to ball it up. 20 gone second term. A point the margin. Last 2 goals, as we said, to University Blues through Harper and Quinn.
Blues would love another one here.
Into time out of the second term, thanks to Deloitte. Boundary throw in adjacent to the point post, northern end, members side of the ground here at Trevor Barker. Great game of footy, the second semi-final. Jock palmed it down. They're going to clear it away towards half-back here, St Kevin's, but the man in the way was Williams for University Blues. Looking for a runner with a handball, but now he's going to have to go by foot and long. Williams to the hot spot at the top of the goal square. St Kevin's with numbers, and the mark's been taken there by Critchley.
So Critchley's got the footy, chips to Tom Jock, back pocket. Beach Road side, chips in beautifully, finds Ben Dowd. Back to Jock now, he's got to use his evasive skills. Storms away in a beautiful pinpoint pass to Callum Matheson. Streams through the centre of Beach Road. Up towards Jay Schultz. Stands up, punched away, Connor Lappin. Umpire didn't pay the mark. Lappin now sitting on the ball, tackled by Jack Holden, and we'll get a ball up 55 metres out from the St Kevin's goal.
Well, he reacted well out of that marking contest, Schultz. He just upended, little leg tap on the way through to upend Lappin from getting away.
Lynch up there in ruck against Williams. Ball comes to ground, charging through the tank in Sullivan. He's been pretty good. He gets the handball out, looking for Parks. It eludes him now. Henry's got to butter up. He goes right now, he goes left, and he kicks a wobbly kick up, looking there for Kanakis. He can't take the footy. Vickers-Willis did very well. He got it to Ross Young on the overlap. He looked at Eade, but then he kicked long up towards centre wing. Jeremy Muggerman came in hard with Ryan Eade. They're both fighting for it. And we're going to end up getting a ball up here on half-forward flank. It's 36-37. No change to the score in the last 5 minutes. Frenetic footy. William Buck, second semi-final.
One end to the other it's going without the scoring. It is intense and it's hard, and players are making mistakes and they're not being capitalised on.
That all says to me it's a pretty good second
It's
semi-final,
about time. I didn't know which way that was going to go, but the ruck contests have been constantly wrong, I think.
So Jeremy Muggerman drives the ball towards half forward, but St Kevin's are there for the relieving mark. Salopek kicks into the centre square. Free kick given away here by Mitch Brown. University Blues use the advantage. St Kevin's use the advantage. And it is in the hands now of Jay Schultz. So he's had a number of shots at goal. The big forward for St Kevin's.
I should explain that better. There's just a lot of interference in the ruck, and I don't know if it's Williams, I don't know if it's Lynch, but it's just not neither player getting a decent run at the ball.
23 gone, second quarter. Jay Schultz.
Only takes one free kick paid to do it.
To give the lead back to St Kevin's. Southern end of the ground. Deliberate approach.
Yep.
And absolutely straight. So Jay Schultz has kicked his second for the day. He's kicked one in the first and now one in the second. And the lead goes back to St Kevin's. They are 6-6-42. They lead by 5 points. University Blues are 6-1-37.
You might find that with Gillum going off, it looks like he's got ice on his hamstring over there on the bench. You might just find that the different dynamic of the St Kevin's forward line with him out might just pose some problems for the Blues.
Well, they're just going to look for Schultz a lot more now, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but I mean, you see Gleeson going forward. They're more mobile, perhaps more pressure going out. Just could have a big impact.
Ross Young takes it out of the centre there.
Right foot.
And kicks beautifully on the right foot, but missing the ball. Batterillo doing okay. Clayton Hinkley takes one bounce, goes to 40, kicks to the northern end, right up towards the full forward line. And who's there? Billy Coates to take the mark. So Coates will bring it back in, looking for Matheson. Punched away well by University Blues. Hayes now has the football. He's run down by Tom Jock a second time, and now we'll get another stoppage. 40 metres out from the Uni Blues goal, and now trail by 5. We've gone 24 and a half minutes. Flicked out the back towards Sullivan, who kicks long and wide.
And landed in the Yacht Club.
Summers will get the free kick for University Blues.
So Summers, again, to drive the ball back inside the attacking 50 here for University Blues. Big pack forms, ball's going to come to ground. Who's there to crumb numbers here with St Kevin's? Jocks at ground level, but University Blues, they do win the ball. The quick kick came through McMahon into the hot spot there in front of the goals. Hayes with a quick kick.
It's holding the ball. He's going to play holding the ball.
Against
I don't know.
St Kevin's, the original St
They
Kevin's.
didn't have the ball.
No, before that, I'm sure.
Oh.
When the ball got put down on the ground, he dropped it, yeah.
For McMahon to pick
just
up.
quickly around the grounds, Caulfield Grammarians 2-3-15, Haileybury 3-7-25. So that's Premier C. And in Premier B, we find Brighton 5-3-33 and Scotch 2-3-15.
So a chance for James here for University Blues to give the lead back to the Blues.
Could go anywhere.
45-degree angle. no distance to speak of. Will kick from 20. Absolutely perfect.
John,
so the lead goes back to University Blues.
John, as the University Blues watching, I ask why he's 20 metres out and he's a forward, and you said it could go anywhere.
Just because. Ormond, 4-2-26. Pegs of 5-8-38.
Thank you.
We just got one of those ball drops that the ball sort of wobbles on the way down to the boot.
No wind today, so it shouldn't
and
affect you.
sometimes it doesn't hit on the most ideal spot.
Well,
And didn't deviate an inch.
no,
It didn't.
it was a good kick from the young fellow. And look, Blues are answering every challenge for St Kevin's here, and they hit the front again. And who knows? Can they keep it up? That's the question.
They're doing everything right at the moment. Great game of footy. They both missed the ball. Came to Eade. Now Eade went to Young there. Now starting to combine pretty well. Ross Young starting to pick up the possessions. Up to the half-forward line, but standing firm. Chris Gleeson for St Kevin's taking the mark. Gleeson goes out looking for Jock, and Jock stands firm, takes the mark in front of Harper.
Harper, no influence on the game yet.
Jock got to be good with the kick because he's put Lynch under the pump. He was good enough to get it to Gleeson. That's of the Chris variety, and he comes out now to the outer side. Jason Salopek uses his pace, runs onto it, gets the ball away. Up they go, right up towards the full forward line. In front, Jared Gleeson can't take the footy. Ball comes to ground, tackled high Kanakas, and he'll get the free kick. To the Bronx cheers of the St Kevin's faithful behind the Sauntner goals.
Well, a great play from Billy Kanakis. He started that movement up the ground, followed it up, hit it really hard, and really backed up his teammates, and a well-earned shot at goal.
So Kanakis, the goal sneak will kick from 30 metres out. 30-degree angle. He should kick it. He kicked it harder goal in the first term to the northern end. Looking to become the third multiple goal scorer for St Kevin's today, and to put them back in front again at the 27.5-minute mark of the second term.
Lick your pencil.
Fitzy says he's a certainty. Kanakis comes in and misses. As now Michael's got lead poisoning.
That Fitzy, our co-commentator, is an old Zaverian and happily put the miles on young Billy Kanakis.
1 point
on
to
that particular occasion.
Dale Hinkley brings the ball back for University Blues from that behind. Ball at half-back. Crumbing the ball there for St Kevin's was Wallace. He gets wrapped up in a tackle. Again, a lot of players in the footy late in the second quarter. And we'll have a ball up just outside the 50 arc here for St Kevin's. Holden with the handball. He was looking for a teammate, found one.
Oh.
Here's a chance for Mitch Brown. Mitch Brown will stroll into an open goal and kick another one for St Kevin's. Brilliant play from the stoppage. Clean ball movement, and Mitch Brown kicks his first for the day. So St Kevin's will take the lead back here late in this this second quarter. 28.5 gone, and the margin is back to 6 points.
Yes. Super work there from Lockie Sullivan to get the ball to the streaming Mitch Brown.
He's a big body, isn't he?
Oh, he is. That was a very clever clearance, and he waited till the right moment, waited till the Brown Express arrived.
Timed it.
And put it right in his path.
Very good at the clearances. Lynch once again wins possession. Ross Young starting to get a little bit more of the takeaway. Came to Williams. Went back to Sullivan, and now he kicked it long up to the half-forward flank. Flanagan being good, now uses his left foot and gets 55 metres of distance, but unfortunately it ends up for him with Stephen Salopek.
It's worth playing someone on Salopek, I would say.
He just reads the football so well. Steve Salopek.
He'll take it to the
Goes
ball.
up looking for Sullivan and/or Schiltz. Ball comes to ground. Flanagan, quick handball away. Connor Lappin on a quarter that went 29.5 minutes, and it was great William Buck Premier Division VAFA top grade football at half time. St Kevin's 7-7-49. They lead University Blues accurate 7-1-43. In that term, University Blues kicked 4 straight, St Kevin's kicked 3.
So interesting Hardaway, and then little Benny Dowd's down there as well. So they've gone the bigger bodies in the middle.
On Inter FM, here's Andrew.
Ball in the middle of the ground to start this third term. Clearance critical here. Over the top, Kanakis with the handball into open space. Running on the ball was Schultz. Over in the ball now, Uni Blues have got some numbers to clear the ball away. It's going to come through Young towards half forward. In fact, inside attacking 50 here for University Blues. Harper leads the chase towards the boundary line, takes the ball over, and the first boundary throw in this third term, 22 seconds in, will be affected in the left forward pocket here for University Blues.
The week's Harper's been out just showing he's just a bit rusty. I mean, really a kick into the forward line from Ross Young
Down to throw in. Taylor does the ruck work for University Blues. Kick towards half-back from St Kevin's. Who is there at ground level for either side. Ball just gets funneled out. Jason Salopek there for St Kevin's. Again, ball at ground level. Players around the footy. Now clear it away, so we'll have a ball up.
Just confirmation that St Kevin's are down 2 players, Guineas and Gillum, and also Connor Ross is a bit proppy.
Lame,
so they got 19 and a half at the moment, and we think Uni Blues still have 22. But we've still got 18 on the ground at the moment, and that's the most important thing.
I think they might be down 1-2.
Okay, who's that?
A backman.
A backman, okay.
I think. I'm just trying to get
handball away,
justification.
Jared Gleeson. Umpires been pretty consistent with this all day. If they're not handballing properly, they're going to be penalised. And Ryan Eader, he's come into the game in the second quarter, feeding it out inside clearance. Kicks high, up to the half-forward line, and James flew, couldn't take the mark. Ball came to ground, flipped away by St Kevin's. The handball from Sullivan went out to Jason Salopek. He goes out to the outer side of the ground, doing the roving there. Summers on the right foot, kicked around his body. James contested there with Harper. Harper in the end realised that James was in front, and he's taken the mark.
And we're in the same jumper.
I know whose hands I would prefer it in.
when Mark James ever watches a replay of this, I know you like you, John.
Is that the usual role for Mark James? Because when the ball came in high then, he was the one who flew for it before.
No, it's not. He's not more a chaser. And
he's even got the family doubting him. 35 metres out.
Is that his family with
directly in front.
How's he going to go?
Everyone's
you don't know
saying
It's
no.
all this wobbling thing, isn't it? On the
Here he comes. Come on, Mark. He'll kick from 40.
Come on, John.
To put University Blues level. And it pushes to the left. And 1 minus score. We should have got on. It's 7-2, 44 to 7-7, 49, margin 5.
Gamble responsibly as Stephen Salopek brings the ball back into play.
His family does every time he marks it in the forward 50.
Here's a chance of Blues. They're going to bring the ball back. They switch the play slightly across the ground. And here's going to be Clayton Hilly take the mark for University Blues. On the edge of the centre square.
I'll be looking at Flanagan on the side there. Too late.
That's all right. So Hinkley kicks towards the hot spot. Stephen Salopek's in front. And he will take the free kick / mark and play on quickly again. Handballs laterally in to the path of Critchley. They go wider again. Now the mark's been taken out there by Chris Gleeson. In fact, no, it's not. It's Sullivan for St Kevin's. He'll come back towards Stephen Salopek.
Pick up Critchley around the side here.
So Salopek deep in the defensive 50 here for St Kevin's. Looking for options further afield. Goes long against the line towards centre wing. But the mark there has been taken by Townley, who had an outstanding first half. And he started this third quarter in very similar fashion. So Townley chips the ball wider again towards the boundary line, misses his target in tail, and the ball goes out of play. 3.5 gone, third term. All thanks to the Caden Property Group and Hydrick and Struggles.
They have not had the ball in their forward line, have St Kevin's, since this quarter began, but Blues haven't taken advantage.
They've only got 1 minus score in the first 4 minutes, and they've had about 4 forward thrusts. Ryan Eyre tipped it out the back, went as far there as Gleeson. He got the handball away. Now they drive it long to the outer side of the ground. Strauss takes the mark. Summers came across the mark. Umpire said, yes, James, you're getting in 25. And he now strolls along into the sunshine, past the scoreboard.
A lot of players streaming downfield to get into zones.
That has St Kevin's 5 points in front. He kicks up to centre half forward. Working through there, but missing the ball. Marshall Rippon doing the tackling. Battarillo. And we'll get a ball up right at centre half forward for St Kevin's. This is as far as they've got forward in the first 5 minutes of this second half. But they still lead on the scoreboard by 5 points. Williams this time wins a tap down, does his own roving, gets it away to Young, who kicks on the left foot, up towards Kieran Harper, but Billy Coates stands up and takes the mark for St Kevin's at centre half back.
Coates sends the ball Bay Road side of the ground. Brown's taken the mark, Mitch Brown for St Kevin's.
See, they're an impressive marking side, aren't they?
Yes.
Wants the ball to move on quickly, finds Stephen Salopek, who goes further afield, finds his brother Jason.
Fed him a lot of ball last week.
Did he ever?
Still outside.
Got him a game next week. There you go. Great place.
And Jason Salopek finds Jay Schultz on a very strong, long and pinpoint lead.
Well, started at centre half back. Blues there were 2 2-on-2s. The ball was kicked to, and for Coates to be allowed to take the mark, a great mark from Coates, but nonetheless, it's resulted in really good kicking around the ground from St Kevin's and a fairly simple shot at goal coming up.
So Schultz towards the southern end of Trevor Barker Oval for St Kevin's first of the third term, fades across the face for 1- score. So they go on a 7-8-50. They lead by 6 points. University Blues a 7-2-44, and that's on the Hydrick and Struggle scoreboard.
Didn't he have a dead-eye Dick part of his career where he'd never miss? I think when he first went back to Port Adelaide.
He did kick 11 behinds this year too, didn't he?
In a game?
Early in the year, yeah, I think so.
My goodness. Up goes Williams. Ball comes to ground. Summers was wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire said, once again, stripped of the football, and that's a free kick against you. So Pete Summers wears the consequence.
Very much a day where you've got one opportunity to get rid of the ball, or you're gone. So
Schultz goes to Steve Salopek, who's pushed up the ground. 2 kicks out from goal in front of the scoreboard, and he's got a very full forward line. He spears it in, and on the half volley was Wallace, went around the body right up to the full forward line. Punched away by Dale Hinkley through for 1- score. We'll give that to Wallace. He got close. He has 1 goal too. St Kevin's have 7-9.
So back into play, University Blues. They go short in the back pocket. It's going to end up here into the hands of Cunningham for Blues in front of Tom Jock. In front of the pavilion at Trevor Barker Oval.
No side has defended well from this position very well. It always ends up going back.
Along the line, Cunningham goes. His target was McMahon. He takes the mark in front of Merritt. So McMahon, you would suggest he's going to hug the boundary line and come, he goes into that sort of spot that we spoke about earlier, kicks towards the centre of the ground. Salopek at the back, palms it down into the path here of Young. He handballs to no one in particular. In fact, there's a lot of St Kevin's players there. Jock's going to end up with it. He weaves through the passage of Uni Blues players. Handballs into the path. Here's a chance for Jason Salopek. He fumbled the ball at the crucial stage, and the ball will be turned over. University Blues now with numbers and space. Quinn puts it into the path here of a teammate on the outer side. Hayes was the recipient, the intended recipient in the end. Hayes goes back in and butters up. He feigns a handball, gets a the kick away into the path of Hinkley for Quinn. It was, sorry, for University Blues. Paddles towards the boundary line and out of play adjacent to the point post.
A lot of almosts then for the Blues, and they'll be stirring in the seat there.
6 half chances, but they didn't make up 1, did they?
No, credit to the St Kevin's defence there for just keep pressure going, keeping themselves alive in it.
And their defence has worked well, led by Steve Salopek. Lynch gets it down beautifully to Mitch Brown. Combination works well. Quick kick, but it's nearly marked by Townley. Umpire said no play on. Vickers Willis doing the tackling there on Kanakis.
Dropped
out. He was team tackled with Cunningham. And this time we'll get a ball up. Yeah. Just on the roadside of centre, heading towards centre wing, scoreboard side of the Trevor Barker at 7 points, the lead to St Kevin's. Hayes got the kick away. He went looking for Summers. Ball came to ground. Hayes got it again. Kicked up high looking for James in front. Pushed off the football. St Kevin's have the numbers. One of them, Sullivan. He misses the footy. Pat Hayes gets up again. Third
probably
time.
Holding the ball, isn't it?
No. Wrapped up in a tackle, and we'll get a ball up. Right in the middle of the Trevor Barker Oval. We've gone 9 minutes in the third term of the second semi. It's 7-9 St Kevin's, 7-2 Uni Blues.
Good game this one. The lead to St Kevin's. Ball still in the centre square from the bowl up. Who can farm it out? It comes out organically in the end. Here's a chance of Blues. It's going to land in the hands here, hopefully, of Quinn for University Blues. He takes a mark, plays on quickly, kicks inside, attacking 50. Half was the target, half was the marker. And Kieran Harper will have a shot for goal. He'll start his approach from outside 50. Man on the mark.
John, has he got the gaping ability?
Oh, he's a beautiful kick at goal. But I don't know about
Has he got the right to left? The left to right, sorry.
He just tends to go straight.
He's kicked 1 today in the second term, Kieran Harper.
You're a North Melbourne supporter, Andrew. Will he kick it?
I was a big fan of the man who suffered a terrible string of injuries at Arden Street, but he's on approach here towards the southern end of the ground and has missed to the near side. So he doesn't add to his goal tally for the day, Kieran Harper.
Promising forward foray then by Blues, but didn't get the full result again, and they really needed that one to get them back within a point.
Yep.
Salopek's done everything except kick out, so he decides to do that and kicks right up, looking for Lynch. Punched away by Williams. Ball comes to ground. St Kevin's dangerous kick across the body, and it's taken by Harper.
Over.
Harper missed his target on that occasion, Battarillo, but Dan shows his pace. Now he's wrapped up in a tackle. Quinn dangerous in the situation. Gets the ball back looking for Hinkley. Definitely a free kick against Quinn right in front of us. Umpire didn't see it and we'll get a ball up.
Yeah, he's blindsided there.
Just sat in his back on that occasion. Lachlan Merritt very
great scrapping by the
unlucky not to get the free.
Yeah, they were.
So we'll get a ball up 40 metres out from the University Blues goal. Comes to ground. Quick handball away by Matheson. Went looking for Dowd. He was pounced upon there by Gapin. And now we'll get a ball up right on the 50-metre arc. 51 plays 45. Get out, base head. Lynch wins it down, only as far as Muggervan. Goes right up towards the goal square. 2-on-1. St Kevin's rush it through for one minor score, and that's back within a goal. 7-9-51, 7-4-46. Critchley sees it over for a rush behind.
Well, they're pressing again at Uni Blues, but they can't get that goal at the moment, and they really need one.
No goals in the third quarter.
Stephen Salopek will kick it in again.
It's over.
Here's a chance for Harper. He's 1-on-2 against. Harper wins the crumbs.
Great
crumbs. Kicks to the really leaving hot spot.
Great kick. Great play, Harper.
Beautiful play by Kieran Harper. Finds Gapin, who will have a set shot for goal directly in front. 35 out. Southern end of the ground as Harper comes off the ground for a breather. After finding Gapin in space. Timmy Gapin on approach. Southern end of the ground. Umpire likes it. Gapin likes it. Uni Blues like it. And that's the goal Michael Fitzgerald just spoke about. University Blues go on to 8-3-51 to 7-9-51. Scores are tied at the 12.5-minute mark of the third term.
Sorry, I tell a lie. It's 8-4-52. They are in front. Fitzy, Harper, when he got the ball there, never looked at the goals.
No, he was well within his rights to have a shot. It was about where he had the set shot from, but he saw Gapin
there's a couple of them there, actually,
drifting down and put the ball right on his chest.
That is a big takeaway here. That
so it took 12.5 minutes to kick a goal, and Blues got it, and he got it out of the centre. Up towards Quinn in front. No free kick. Came to Salopek. Salopek got the ball away to Matheson. Matheson wrapped up by Eade in the tackle. Battarillo in the tackle, and we'll get a ball up.
Tommy Quinn should have marked that.
Absolutely, it was on his chest.
I don't think he thought it was going to be as easy as it was.
Half forward flank for University Blues. Matheson, quick kick away. Gained 20 metres up towards the centre wing position. He's got to go and find his own football. Can't do so. Cunningham got the handball to Flanagan. Flanagan went across the body. Lynch went, oh no, I've got to go and get it at ground level. Couldn't do so. Came back to Cunningham. He was switched around now to Cam Williams, and he turns over. Salopek takes the mark or gets a free kick. And I think that might be about his 80th possession for the day.
Well, I think we said Townley was keeping Blues in the game. I think at the other end of the ground, Stephen Salopek is playing an absolute sizzler.
Unbelievable.
Salopek goes short. His intended target there was Merritt, and finds him.
Outstanding too.
So Merritt, still at half-back, defensive side of wing for St Kevin's, goes along the line towards half-forward. Blues are there with numbers. They're going to bring it back. The target there was Hinkley. Went sideways from him. Here's a chance for Young. He found Rippon. Through the middle of the ground go University Blues. They're going to try and now squeeze the ball inside their attacking 50. The target here is Hayes. He palms the ball down in front of him. There for St Kevin's was Coates. And the umpires found a whistle. Free kick going the way here of Blues.
St Kevin's.
St Kevin's, sorry. And it's going to be...
Hayes didn't let...
Merritt.
Oh, no.
Merritt will be the recipient. He goes wider to the outer side and finds Jason Salopek.
So Salopek's got the football. Outer half back flank. 14.5 minutes gone, only the single goal by University Blues in the term. He goes up, and a ridiculous attempt there by Townley. Never went anywhere near the ball, so Steve Salopek gets his 98th possession. Kicks the ball long, right up into the full forward line, punched away from Schiltz. Mitch Brown tries to knock it over to create an opportunity, can't do so. Comes to Williams. Umpires paid a free kick. It'll go to Uni Blues, and it'll go back there to the skipper in Vickers Willis. Vickers Willis chips the wide to Dale Hinkley, who takes the mark. Deep in the back line. Dale Hinkley now pushes out looking for Gapin, and he marks it a millimetre inside the boundary. Gets a bit tight there. They've got to be good. He is cute and finds Marshall Rippon. Marshall Rippon, now he has to be absolutely centimetre perfect.
Oh.
And I'd like to see that again.
No.
I think that was
Yeah,
out in
right.
the full, but the
No.
goal umpire,
No, it
boundary
wasn't.
umpire was in perfect position.
Dead right.
And so was Fitzy.
And
Umpire's always right. 52 Uni Blues, 51 St Kevin's.
Michael Crooks riling the grandstand crowd up here at Trevor Barker Oval. Ball back into play from the boundary throw in. University Blues, Summers at ground level. Farms a handball out. The quick kick came from Gleeson towards the boundary line off the side of the boot and out of play.
Only one player put their arm up then for a deliberate out of bounds.
I think it was just a shank.
Oh, totally it was.
So,
But you don't want to see that paid. I mean, he
No.
threw it on his left boot under pressure.
boundary thrown in front of the pavilion.
I think Steve Salopek's just come off because his foot's sore from kicking it so much.
Absolutely.
Over the top, Hayes brought the ball to
still
ground.
there.
The quick kick towards halfback, up and under. The umpire's going to call player, not gone far enough. Here's a chance now for St Kevin's. Gleeson again. Chips the ball in the path of Schultz. Gleeson being Gerard.
Well,
And Schultz has taken the mark.
lovely play there, and it just Gleeson backed himself with his pace, put it under his shoulder there for a couple of steps to burn the any pursuing Blues players off, and then just fired it straight at Schultz, and no one had a chance of doing anything about that.
Jay Schultz has registered 1 goal in the first, 1 in the second. And has he got his third for the afternoon, the third in the third quarter?
Yes.
He certainly has. So Jay Schultz has 3 goals for the day. And St Kevin's now move on to 8-9-57. They lead by 5 points. They get the lead back. University Blues are 8-4-52.
Yep, so great play there by St Kevin's from that stoppage, and a much needed goal for them just to steady things down. Remember, they are down 2 players with Gillum off the ground and Guineas off the ground. So, and also just a bit worried about, was it Strauss? Is that Strauss over there?
Strauss went off before, yeah.
Yeah, he seems like he might be a bit sore.
Jock into the ruck for St Kevin's. They're back in front by 5 points. Massive pack of players on top of the footy will get a ball up. Old Brighton going along their merry way in B grade, 7-3-45, leading Old Scotch 2-4-16.
It's a hoodoo ground for Scotch, that one, Fitzy.
So a lot of finals.
So I remember.
Tom Jock flicks the ball out, goes to Hayes. Hayes goes long, up to the half-forward line, leading out Taylor, and he takes the mark. He'll kick from right on the 50-metre arc. Has he got the carriage on?
I'm not sure, actually.
Well,
He was looking at giving it off to Ross Young then.
Well,
he's been around the ball a lot today, Taylor, but he hasn't been able to do very much. A few kicks just missed him, and so he's got his chance here now to put the Blues back in front from just inside 50.
Well,
He
he's
has
gone
been on
back
an
30
AFL
metres.
list, so he probably should have the journey in him.
He'll kick from 52. He comes in to the southern end. It's nearly got the carry, but not. It's punched away, and Chris Gleeson's going to clear for St Kevin's. Jason Salopek on his own, runs into a tackle. Does he get rid of the football?
Somehow.
Umpire there says okay. St Kevin's have got the numbers out there, and Lockie Sullivan kicks it around the corner. Out to the centre wing. Vickers Willis in front. Takes the mark for Uni Blues.
Important mark.
Call
there.
play on. He hands the ball towards Townley on the outer side. He grabs a kick towards the boundary line in front of a nest of St Kevin's players, and the ball goes out of play.
Important mark there from Vickers Willis, although they mucked it up and getting it straight back on. But
Yeah.
St Kevin's would have just gained a bit from that, a shot at goal, then moving it around the ground as well as they did up the other end. If they'd got past that wing, they would have been on fire.
St Kevin's by 5. 19 gone third term. Important part of the game here as we approach time on this third quarter.
Premier C second semi-final. Caulfield Grammarians 5-4-34. Trail Old Haileybury 6-7-43.
57 plays 52 here at Trevor Barker in the second semi. Umpires found a blood rule.
Well, we've got the blood rule in Division 1 preliminary final. Ormond 6-7-43. Trail Pegs 8-12-60. And in Division 3 preliminary final, Powerhouse, no change to those halftime scores. 6-7 Trail Old Westbourne 8-7.
Couple of interchanges with that blood rule. Williams for Hayes and Salopek, and the blood rule player coming off. I'm not sure who that was, but Lynch coming back on as well.
And Strauss.
Going forward, yeah.
So 8-9-57 St Kevin's. Uni Blues are 8-4-52. Ball on the edge of the centre square on the outer side. And we have a recommencement of play. Williams against Jock in ruck. Uni Blues win the ball from the bounce. They clear the ball away towards half forward. But guess who? Stephen Selipek takes the mark at half back. Reliably.
Seriously, you've got to play someone on him. That's just...
And Stephen Selipek will send the ball towards centre wing for St Kevin's.
Stephen Selipek up towards the centre wing position.
And he's not like a dud marking it. I mean, his kicks back the other way are fantastic. You know, with his generaling of things.
Like
I mean, he's a far different player. Remember the bloke that first came down in his first year when they were in B grade, and he was
half disinterested.
Yeah, in the finals. But the next year he looked like he meant business, and he has done ever since.
Superstar of the amateur competition. Was Williams pushed out in the ruck contest? Advantage now paid.
Riley McMahon.
So Riley McMahon has missed his target.
Again.
Merritt ducks back and takes the mark on his left foot. Goes poorly out to the centre wing. It misses Cunningham though. So Henry Parks has got the footy for St Kevin's. Runs his full quota. Goes down looking for Schultz in front. Was he pushed in the back? No, said the umpire. Lappin on the overlap. Gets it to Townley for University Blues. He goes out wide. Callum Matheson tried to take it. He's assisted by Jared Gleeson. Usually a good deliverer of the footy. Gleeson to the northern end. Pushes across to the left. 1- score. 8-10-58 St Kevin's. 8-4-52 Uni Blues. 6 points the difference. 21.5 minutes gone on the Hedrick and Struggles scoreboard.
Just kicking from both sides there, letting them down. Both sides having opportunities, but all to no avail. And St Kevin's get that clear goal margin yet again.
The Blues will bring it to the members' wing. Well, the half-back flank, in fact, on the members' side. Ball comes to ground. Players in the footy again. Ball at ground level. Players stack on. The umpire says, I'll ball it up. Deep in this third term. 22 gone.
Just on your point about Salopek there, I mean, so if someone is on him and marking him all the time, he'll lead his opponent to the ball.
Oh,
exactly.
I said that earlier.
Eade for Blues, gets the clearance way into the centre square, but Jock's there for St Kevin's, takes a mark on his chest. Wanted to play on quickly, thought better of it. Good decision in the end, then switches the ball towards the outer side. Half forward flank for St Kevin's, leading there in a 2-on-1 almost, was Holden for St Kevin's. He was outnumbered and outplayed, and Uni Blues will bring the ball towards centre wing. The target there is Harper. He flies, brings the ball to ground. No one can take clean possession, although they do now through Coates for St Kevin's. Ball still on centre wing. Here's a chance for Sullivan. He got wrapped up in a tackle, got the ball away.
They did well.
Indeed he did. Jock now ends up with a footy. He'll do something with it, kicks it to the middle of the ground. His target and end product was Dowd.
Who got it to Matheson, who went out to Jared Gleeson by hand. Jared Gleeson on the left foot, up to Schultz. And Schultz takes the mark. 35 metres out deep in the forward pocket, Social Club end.
Tell you what. No, it's Parks.
Oh, Parks, sorry. Sorry, Parks. But, my mistake.
So great overlap, great play there from Benny Dowd in the middle. I mean, he was grabbed and under pressure. Looked from here like a throw, but of course it wasn't. And got the ball forward to a player who was on his own and able to kick forward. So again, looking really threatening on the turnover, St Kevin's.
So Henry Parks hasn't troubled the scorers today. This to get it out to a 2-goal lead at the 23.5-minute mark. Might have kicked it a bit shallow. He has 1- score to Parks. It's 8-11-59, 8-4-52. As I said, 23.5 gone.
Just a goal each in this third term to either side. So it has really tightened up.
And neither team will be happy with that output.
No.
I think both teams have had shots that might have gone through.
Chances, yeah.
So mark's been taken by Vickers Willers at half-back for Blues. They play on quickly. They're going to hit the middle of the ground. Again, the target was Clayton Hinkley. He couldn't take possession. Ball comes towards half-forward here for St Kevin's. Weaving around, tackle there was Matheson. Kicks to a high spot.
I'll tell you what. This shot at goal for St Kevin's comes by way of Selipek, whose reading of Ross Young's kick in the middle of the ground was just outstanding. And caused what could have been a potential forward move of Blues into now a shot for
Holden. Jack Holden. Slightly better than a 45-degree angle, southern end of the ground.
Interesting.
Northern end of the ground, I should say. Holden on approach. What can he do? He can kick a goal. That's his first for the day. Comes at the 25-minute mark of the third quarter. And St Kevin's just edge clearer on the scoreboard in terms of increasing that margin, John Kennis.
Yeah, well, that's a really critical goal in the scheme of the game. It's been a long time since a side had, since St Kevin's had a couple of goal breaks. So Blues really need to answer this. They wouldn't want to go in 2 and a bit kicks behind at three-quarter time
Well,
with the way the game's been played.
That's the biggest lead of the day, I think, isn't it? 13 points.
No, in the first quarter, I reckon they...
Yeah, getting out to about that. I think they had
Yeah.
this a couple of times in
I
the
think you're
first
right,
quarter.
Brooksy.
2-4 to 1-3 this quarter. St Kevin's have it, and they're going to win it out of the centre, although Wallace had it smothered. Muggerman can't get it, but Steve Salopek can. He gets the handball to the stationary Gleeson. Now doing the roving there. Wallace couldn't take the footy. Ball came to Kanakis. To Holden. He was wrapped up in the tackle. University Blues working hard. There's a free kick being paid. And it'll go the way of Connor Lappin for University Blues at half back.
The Blues hadn't touched the ball for a while there.
Yeah, they're up a bit, St Kevin's.
So Blues just slowing down play. They trail by 13. Lappin has to be good with the kick. Kicked into a one-on-one contest. Clayton Hinkley in front. He had Quinn in assistance. Kept the ball in. Now went around on his right foot up looking for Gapin. Punched away by Coates. Came to Merritt for St Kevin's. Merritt went long, right up to centre half forward, but ducking back Jack Townley, as he has all day for University Blues, takes the mark.
Townley switches play towards the outer side. His target was Young and found him. So Young, again, plays on quickly. His target out there is Summers. So Pete Summers.
Now they've got to hold on to it here.
Would have spent a few minutes of game time on that centre wing in the years gone by playing for Sandringham. Kicks towards half forward, but again, Stephen Salopek, 13 line, takes the mark over the back. Salopek, he wants to play on quickly into the middle of the ground.
Beautiful
does
disposal
so.
Again.
Finds Wallace. They move the ball quickly towards half forward to St Kevin's. Who can take the mark? No, and the 2-on-2 contest. Schultz was at the back. Palming the ball in front of him. Here's Schultz. He gets the chance. Around the body, the quick kick comes from Matheson. What can he do? Misses to the near side.
Again, he's got orange boots on.
Oh, no, it's not like he doesn't stand
and he's got number 6 on his back.
9-12-66.
Which will be the number of votes he gets today, I think.
Plays 8-4-52.
Certainly count on going out to Heidelberg during the week for a big Palmer.
27 gone, third quarter.
Yes, I think you'd struggle to be beaten today. Dale Hinkley's taken the mark for University Blues. Slows up play. Waiting
Tell you, coach has played a great game.
for his comrades to get up there with him. Kicks up. In front, Chris Gleeson. Now he ducked his head. Umpire
And
said
threw it
play
back,
on.
trying to get the free kick. Yeah.
And we'll get a ball up.
Just on Bill Coates, I know that Chopper Handley, who's played a lot of opponents over a lot of years and beaten most of them, really rates Coates as one of the best he's ever played.
Very good across full-back. And this time the ball goes over the line and out of bounds in front of Wallace. And we'll get a ball in. One of the Uni Blues players getting up, Marshall Rippon, a little bit gingerly on that occasion. 28 minutes gone, so we're deep into the third quarter. Not many goals kicked. Williams sat on Lynch on that occasion.
Now,
and the siren sounded. That was a free kick.
Well, yes, but the situation was born out of the umpires and the way
Lynch,
they've
he's got
umpired
a kick
it
from 90.
all
And he's
day.
got onto the spiral, and it's gone about 55. But that's three-quarter time. In the third quarter, it was won by St Kevin's in an arm wrestle. They kicked 2 goals 5 to 1 goal 3, and they go in 9-12-66 over University Blues, 8-4-52. Uni Blues did hit the front in the third quarter. Goalkeeper FM umpire has ball in hand, and here's Andrew Holmes.
Final quarter about to get underway. 14 points the margin. St Kevin's lead at second semi-final. The prize for the winner, a spot in the decider in a fortnight. Jock for St Kevin's. Gives it away towards Gleeson. They're going forward straight away, St Kevin's. Running under the ball there was Sullivan. He gets a handball away into a pack of Uni Blues players. Here's a chance to Cunningham. Can he gather? You bet. One-hander, brings it in. Kicks towards Summers on the outer side. He takes a mark, plays on quickly for Blues. Summers into the path there of a teammate in McMahon. They go long towards the goal square to University Blues. Mark gets dropped. Ball comes to ground, off the ground. I think Quinn
Definitely.
from the goal square. First goal to Blues, final term.
Well, that's the start they needed, Blues. They looked from the very first minute as if they'd been told you've got to run and you've got to take risks, and that's what they did.
That's what Cunningham did, didn't he?
It was a 50-50
fabulous kick.
It was in the end, but it looked a very dangerous kick, and Summers played on immediately, and Blues go forward, get the goal, and now we're back within just over a goal.
Front and centre, Tom Quinn getting the roving done and kicked his second goal from about a metre out to that social club end in this match. We're back to 8 points. Great game of football. Williams gets the ball down looking for Young. Summers came charging through. Dowd got pushed off the footy on that occasion by Gapin. Williams now got the roving and kicked it out towards Taylor. He couldn't take it. A chain of handballs ends up. Pete Summers unloads, but to the right. And one minor score. 9-5 to 9-12. 7 points the margin. St Kevin's lead on the Deloitte scoreboard.
Once again, helter-skelter football. Blues just going forward, charging at the footy at all costs.
Doing all the attacking early in this final term, University Blues. Ball comes back into play again on the outer side. And the mark's been taken by St Kevin's. They're going to switch it or just go short, in fact. And the mark's been taken here by Matheson. So Matheson, he wants Sellerpeck by hands, goes over the top, doesn't find Sellerpeck. But they find Dowd instead. He goes towards half forward. Therefore, University Blues was lapping. Ball hits the deck. Umpire puts the whistle away again. Crowd called for a free kick. Out of the pack comes Mitch Brown. Long kick towards the pocket. Bounces just inside the line. And then across for a boundary throw in.
Yeah, that's what St Kevin's needed. They just needed to steady down to get the game back on their own terms. So booting it forward and out of bounds gives them a chance at perhaps a score from here.
45 metres out from the St Kevin's goal. They lead by 7 points. Margin already been halved to three-quarter time. Lynch been power in the ruck. Cunningham was he nearly run down. Mitch Brown done a lot of hard work inside. Back out there to Dowd. Kicks across his body. And tucking back and taking the very good mark, Ross Young. Sellerpeck's been great for St Kevin's, but Young's got plenty of the football for University Blues. Kicks the ball up between wing and half back. Mark James tried to do the roving, couldn't do so. Ball at the bottom of the pack. Sellerpeck flicks it out, only as far as Dowd. He gets the handball away, looking for Jared Gleeson. Beats one, beats two. Then gets the ball back there to his brother in Chris. Flicks over the top. Guess who? Steve Sellerpeck. Unloads to centre half forward. Parks up. Can't take the ball. Flanagan does a good job. Taps it to Townley. Goes back to Flanagan. He flipped it away. And the St Kevin's crowd said, umpire, ball, ball, ball. Umpire the third time said yes, and Billy Kanakis will get the resultant free kick 30 metres out, deep in the forward pocket.
Probably really Pierce Flanagan didn't need to take it. Yeah, well, he did try to handball it out. Whether or not he did, I don't know. But he probably just needed to pat it along in front of himself then.
So Kanakis has 1 goal, 2. Deep in the forward pocket. Looks like he's going to kick a banana. The banana's not going to make the distance. It goes deep up into the forward line, punched away by the defenders, and the rover was the goal kicker. That was Sullivan. And a half volley by Lachlan Sullivan has taken the lead back out to 13 points.
Well,
St Kevin's 10-12 lead Uni Blues 9-5.
I've shaken my head at that. First of all, Kanakis is a beautiful kick for goal. Doesn't need to go the banana from that range or that distance. And the ball, when it came back into the square, the Uni Blues blokes did not look interested.
Well, no, they all backward motivation, back with it going towards the line, weren't they?
I think they all thought it was going through for a point and it never made it.
Play to the whistle.
I don't know. No, I just think that they were going back. They just thought it was going that way, and the ball bounced back the other way, I reckon.
It's back in the middle again. Last goal of Sullivan for St Kevin's. Union Blues go forward. They kick inside, attacking 50.
Oh, there it is again.
Stephen Sellerpeck takes the mark.
Any danger?
I feel like I'm watching this game on loop.
That's just...
Stephen Sellerpeck comes towards the members' wing. Target there was his teammate in Mathis, who takes the mark in front of a pack of players. Comes further afield towards the true centre wing position, but out of play on the forward as the ball drifted across the line, and there'll be a relieving free kick to be taken by Piers Flanagan for University Blues. So Flanagan, he'll send the ball back inside, attacking 54 Blues. Big punch away, heads towards the boundary line. Who's there?
Thank God.
St Kevin's.
Thank God for Anthony Lynch. He's the only one that can punch it away from a marking St Kevin's player in the Blues forward line.
13 points of margin, 5.5 gone, final quarter.
So the margin only 1 point difference to what it was at three-quarter time. Williams wins the takeaway, got the handball Gapin, got it back to Muggervan. Handball back to Hinkley. Clayton goes right up towards the full forward line. Sellerpeck in front. And Steve Sellerpeck takes... I don't know what marks he's taken or kicks he's got, but he's got the most on the ground. And the flashy orange boots, usually beautiful deliverer. This time, it was pretty good. Went to Jared Gleeson. He showed a clean pair of heels. Left-handed handball, went to Dowd. Dowd went up towards the centre wing position, leading out Holden. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Flanagan. Umpire will pay that as a free kick, no doubt, the way they have today.
Lucky to get out of that, Blues.
So
Yeah,
Flanagan, he's been pretty good. He'll go onto his left foot in front of the scoreboard and kick it high, right up towards centre half forward. Salopek in front, punched away. Ended up back there for St Kevin's. They picked it wide out there. Dowd got the ball and he went to Kanakis.
So Kanakis kicks towards the wing. The target there was Schultz. The ball went over his head. Uni Blues with some numbers at the back. They're going to bring it out, are they? Yes, they are. In the Uni Blues colours was Hinkley. Kicks towards the wing position. Just backward of wing position, in fact. And the mark was taken by Pete Summers.
Just on the tactics the last few minutes, Blues have just been bombing it away to the forward line. And they don't look like taking a mark. 7
minutes played, final term. Townley looking for Vickers Wheelers. Had to get it on the half volley, then swing around his right. Kicks towards the wing. 2-on-1 in favour of St Kevin's. They're going to win the day here. They're going to bring the ball back. 3-on-1, in fact, it was. And jocks the target. Will it stand up, sit up for him? It won't. It runs away across the line in front of Tom Jock and out of play.
Not sure what Dale Hinkley was expecting there. That was a strange approach on that.
10-12-72, 9-5-59, St Kevin's leader.
Bring the ball back in. Tapped away, Hayes comes down, Jock does a good job, swings around, gets a little toe poke away to Jared Gleeson. Jared Gleeson runs to 48, he unloads to the southern end and puts St Kevin's 11th on the board. They go to 11-12-78, leading University Blues 9-5-59, a game high 19 points.
Wow, Gleeson in the clear. He's a very dangerous player. He's accomplished it. He's a beautiful kick, and he stuck another stake in then as they go to an even bigger lead. And Blues are going to have to be very good to get back from here, I think.
Yeah, they're just they've had the momentum knocked out of them a bit. They started full of purpose, but they've just thrown out of clues. They're bombing forward, as you mentioned, Fitzy's just silly football.
Again, Lynch in the middle of the ground for St Kevin's, palms it down. In the path there of Young for Blues. He gave it away towards Hayes. Wrapped up in a tackle, ball up. 8.5 played, final quarter. 11-12-78, plays 9-5-59, St Kevin's leader. Remembering they're without Gillum and Guineas in this second half. St Kevin's again, go forward. Mark's going to be taken here by Holden. He plays on quickly. He's been good in this second half, has Tim Holden. He's been given a free kick down the ground for a late tackle after disposal. And
Parks.
Players coming around Holden for a pat on the back and a pat on the bum, and Parks will have the shot for goal. As a result of the free kick, and kicks truly to southern end of the ground. St Kevin's on their way to the grand final. They go into 12-12-84. Uni Blues are 9-5-59 after that goal to Parks.
Well, difficult assignment to beat St Kevin's twice in a final series. So,
well, I think that's the only way to look at it.
Well, you got to get over. You have to get over next week, but yeah, they've played. They've just grinded what's looking like a good win out. Just played hard, long, preyed on turnovers, and been very good at it.
Ever since Blues hit the front by that point in the third quarter, St Kevin's have had the balance of play. Muggervin toe pokes it up to the half-forward line, leading out in the race for the ball. Gaper can't take the football. It was Battarillo. He swings around on the right foot, kicks well right up to the full forward line. I think it's Taylor who's taken the mark there, and he'll kick for a goal from about 40 metres out.
Tough kick from there, I think.
Yeah.
They've got to make the most of every opportunity if they're to hang in. They're 25 points down, 10 minutes gone, final term. Jeremy Taylor hasn't troubled the scorers today. Comes in, kicks and pushes it way left and one minor. 9-6 to 12-12, margin 4 goals.
3 goals in the space of about 5.5 minutes in this final quarter to St Kevin's. That's why they're top of the table after the minor round and lost 2 games in the regular season. Are they on to the grand final? We'll see in the next 20 minutes or so.
Good mark.
Big mark by Parks. At half back, the last goal kicker for St Kevin's. He gives it away towards Dowd, sorry. Dowd in the middle of the ground. Hayes is there for University Blues. Summers comes in over the top. He tackled Lynch on the ground. The umpire comes in and balls it up. 11.5 gone, final quarter. Second semi-final, Trevor Barker Oval. Ball gets thrown up. Again, Lynch palms it down. Into the path there of Hinkley for University Blues. And he's been penalised, so Dowd will be the recipient of the free kick. Just on centre wing, kicking towards the southern end of the ground.
When it has to be won in the last quarter, Dowd's come into it, and Tom Jock in front takes the big mark for St Kevin's. Worked tirelessly all day off the wing, chopping out in the ruck. And very popular with the faithful here at St Kevin's. The juniors love him. We spoke to him last week, John, didn't he? And he just enthusiasm. I know that's probably not the right thing to say. Handballed it away to James Strauss, who kicked it out of bounds on the full. So Tom should have tried to kick it himself.
Showing Scotch form there.
And Townley will bring it back in.
So Townley for University Blues. Regardless of the result, can hold his head up high this afternoon. And finds Muggerman deep in the back pocket for Blues. They go towards half-back. Who can take the mark? In front,
Someone
James
finally
can. Gives it away towards Eade. And they switch to play across the ground, through the centre square, to the outer side. The mark's been taken by Ballarillo. I want to play on quickly. Time's their enemy at the moment. Ballarillo gets grabbed up in a tackle. Jay Schultz had the chance to play onto advantage, chose not to, and the ball will come back, and the free kick will be taken by Merritt.
So Merritt's got the footy right in the centre of the Beach Road Oval. Goes to the outer side, in front and taking the mark there is Wallace. Jock now playing up forward. Wallace looks up for him, it's too high. Townley goes back and takes the mark. He's told by Vickers Willis to kick it out to this side one-handed. He takes the mark on his own. The University Blues skipper now. He's going to put Flanagan under pressure on the half volley. Has to be good. Turns it over to Matheson. Flanagan nearly ate it. Ball came back to Vickers Willis. He looked for the boundary line, but it went over. Vickers Willis not happy with Mitch Brown. I don't know why. He was just playing the ball, and we'll get a ball in. 12-12 to 9-6. The margin 24 points. St Kevin's lead in the last quarter, brought to you by Holmes Glen Sports Degrees.
Boundary throw in. Half forward flank here for St Kevin's. Palm down into the path of McMahon. Couldn't take it first time, got it back the second time. Gives it away towards James. There's a whistle play on it to advantage. Kick towards half forward. The true centre half forward position. Who's there for St Kevin's? Salopek. Of course he is. Handball's back in the path of a teammate who finally dishes away back towards Salopek. He's got the ball on a string here this afternoon. Pete Summers for University Blues. Kick partially smothered. Ball hits the deck at ground level. No one can take clean possession out of this passage of play. The ball just gets farmed out the back of the pack into the path of St Kevin's. They're going to clear the ball away. It's going to find Jason Salopek on the outer side, but he runs over the line, the safety of the boundary line in front of the scoreboard. 14.5 gone, final quarter.
Well, there must be a lot of frustration creeping all over the Uni Blues people right now because they can't do anything right. They can't hit a target. They're being tackled, not getting rid of the ball quick enough, kicking into the man on the mark, and St Kevin's are just taking full advantage of
They're just
the
being
errors.
worn down. Fitzy out there at the moment. Ryan Eade gets the handball away to Summers. Summers kicks high right up towards the full forward. Oh, mark! Number 6. That's Steve Salopek has taken the mark. Yeah, just checking, and he got it out to Kanakis in the back pocket. So Billy Kanakis has got the football. Henry Parks leads up. He goes towards Jared Gleeson, who kicked a sensational goal early in this quarter. He was dispossessed, but went and got his own ball back. This time he turned it over. Quinn on the advantage. Up to the half-forward line. Kanakis works in hard for St Kevin's. He gets the handball away to Strauss, who flicks it across to Jason Salopek. Jason Salopek on the overlap to Merritt. Merritt goes up the line. Now looking for the football was Matheson. Can he run onto it? He can. Was he tackled without the ball?
I'll say he was.
No, said the umpire. I think he was, but we'll get a ball in. 12-12 to 9-6. 15 gone. Final term on the Deloitte scoreboard.
Boundary throw in outer side. Reaching the second half of this final term, so time is definitely against Uni Blues now. What can they conjure? Ball just outside the centre square now. It goes inside, attacking 50. Mitch Brown. Kick pass, fully smothered into the hands here of Williams for University Blues. He finds Flanagan. Flanagan with a handball. He was looking for a teammate there in Hinkley. Couldn't take possession. Brown again for St Kevin's. Salopek in the path of Merritt. He's been busy in this final term, and Merritt finds Jason Salopek on the outer side. Centre wing. Kicks towards half forward. Loose man inside attacking 54. St Kevin's is Matheson. And he takes an uncontested marks. He's just going to chip the ball over to Jason Salopek. So great follow-up from Salopek. Involved early. Followed up his good work and ended up with the mark and a shot at goal.
How good was Matheson then, just waiting and waiting and waiting for Salopek to fill the hole?
As we discussed last week, like a really important player, Jason Salopek. I don't know what Grant thought was wrong with him for the majority of the year, but his running is like no one else in the side.
Always in the long sleeves. This, if he kicks truly, will put them 30 points in front. And Jason Salopek towards the southern end of the ground, makes no mistake. He may have just sent St Kevin's into the grand final. They're 30 points up. 13-12-90, plays 9-6-60, 17 gone, final quarter, thanks to Deloitte and Holmes Glen Sports Degrees.
Yes, well, I think the lights have been out for a little while, and I wouldn't be surprised to see St Kevin's just run away.
Obliterate them in the last
make this a real massacre.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know that there's that much energy left in it. But
they play so well, and their
back line has just been unbelievable.
Their precision. And if they miss slightly, there's always someone else there to back them up. They're a great team.
They've kicked the last 4 unanswered. They are the benchmark. Jared Gleeson wins it out of the centre. Kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Lappin overruns the footy. Matheson underground handball. Went looking there for Wallace. He couldn't take it. Came back to Lappin. Sullivan got the handball out. Schultz will keep it in. He'll ping it up to the hot spot. Right at full forward. In front, University Blues defender in Townley. Probably destroyed by his own man there in Vickers Willis. And
it's happened a couple of times.
The ball went over the line and out of bounds. Townley been pretty good down back though all day for University Blues. Right next to the point post. They've kicked the last 4 goals, St Kevin's, in the final term. After Blues got it back to 7 points. Ross Young runs it out. Now has to go right up to the centre. Playing their last card. Steve Salopek's back there. He gets the footy. Flips it over to Chris Gleeson, who takes the mark at half-back.
To Chris Gleeson. He'll go towards half-forward. His target was Sullivan. He takes the mark uncontested. Chips the ball over into space. Kanakas was his target. He takes the mark overhead as well. Inside 50. So as Michael Cooks just said, the last 4 goals for St Kevin's. At the 4, the 8, the 9.5, and the 17-minute mark of this final term. And they lead by 30. Billy Kanakas. Man the mark, he's at 49 metres. He wants to share the ball inside, but turns the ball over. And Eade for University Blues takes the mark.
So Eade handballs to Townley, and Townley on his trusty left foot goes right up towards centre wing. One-handed punch away by Critchley. Sees it over the line. Once again, we'll get a ball in.
Been quieter, Critchley, but he's done an effective job on Taylor.
Salopek won't let him get the ball.
Oh, that's
it
right.
Never goes back.
And Coates. I put Coates right up there too.
Yes, he's done a good job all day, as usual, Billy Coates. Another man who does a good job in the ruck is Lynch. He flips it down only as far as McMahon for Uni Blues. Balks traffic, comes back towards Jason Salopek. Double-fisted away. The running Jared Gleeson's dangerous, so's Tom Jock. Oh. Connor Lappin's got to be good here to beat them both when he does. But then he gets tackled beautifully by Jock. Affects the turnover to Salopek. Up towards the full forward line. Leading out Strauss. He gets the handball backwards. Ends up with Jock. Jock missed his target in Strauss. Coming through Ross Young for University Blues. Usually fairly composed. Gets it out to a one-on-one contest. Belted away Steve Salopek to the sanctuary of the boundary line. 13-12 to 9-6. 20 minutes gone. Final term on the Deloitte scoreboard.
Oh, great pressure of others and Kevin's forwards then.
Throw in on the outer side. 20.5 gone, final quarter. Here's a chance. McMahon for University Blues just bangs the ball into the centre square. One-on-one contest. Harper's there for Blues. He wins the footy, then gets wrapped up in a beautiful tackle by Chris Gleeson. In fact, University Blues still get the ball away despite that and go forward. The mark's been taken by Gapin.
So Harper hasn't had much influence on the game, but he'll be better for the run, and certainly with the quality of player that he is.
So University Blues will face the winner of the winner of De La Salle and Collegians tomorrow, as Gapin has a shot at goal. Is that his 4th for the day?
Yes.
Certainly is. He's kicked 2 in the first, 1 in the third, and now 1 in the last quarter to bridge this gap back to 24 points. 10-6, 66. University Blues, St Kevin's 13-12-90, and we played 21.5 final quarter.
Well, John and Michael, one thing, they're 5 goals down, 10 minutes to go. Sometimes teams give up, but you just get the feeling Uni Blues are still pushing as hard as they have.
Gone hard. They've gone in hard. Riley McMahon's really shown the way.
There's no question with the effort, is there? You know, sometimes teams get a bit deflated when they've had 5 goals kicked against them, but they are still hanging in there. It's just the team with the better skills has won on the day.
If you want to come back and play this side in 2 weeks' time, you've got to walk off with some respect.
Head high, and they're certainly doing that. St Kevin's win the ball out of the centre again. Quick handball, Ross Young went to Cunningham. Cunningham got the football up towards half forward. Ben Dowd working hard, doing a good job. Sullivan got the ball away to Gleeson. He was smothered beautifully on that occasion by Hinkley. The ball kept in just. Vickers Willis smashes it away from Tom Jock and gets it over the line and out of bounds. 55 metres out from the St Kevin's goal. They lead by 24 and we've gone 22 in the last term.
Is the coach outside the area again? It's not on.
He's going to do it. He loves it.
Boundary throw in.
We give him a jumper.
Shannon Grant, John Cannis is talking about. Ball at ground level.
By Lynch.
He gets run into the ground and another ball up.
Wait on, we've gotten around the grounds. Brighton Grammarians 10-6-66. Scotcher coming back a bit 7-6-48.
As the shadows begin to be cast across Trevor Barker Oval, 24 points is the margin in favour of St Kevin's. 23 played final term. Here's a chance for Young around his body, but there's St Kevin's player there waiting.
Critchley, is it?
Critchley it was, so he turns, in turn gives the ball towards Brown. Mitch Brown for St Kevin's. And he's happy to slow things up. Mitch Brown, long towards half forward. Williams is the marker there for University Blues. Gives it away quickly towards Hinkley. Through the middle of the ground. Hinkley gives it away towards Summers. And they continue towards half forward.
So Summers with an up and under wobbly bomb and perfectly placed finds Taylor. Right on the 50-metre arc, Jeremy Taylor kicks it long. Gaping at the back, and the Western Australian takes the mark.
He's a Tasmanian, in fact.
Oh, Tasmanian, two Western. He played in the Waffle, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Sorry. The Tasmanian via WA takes the mark, goes back and kicks his 5th goal and brings them back into within 3 goals. It's 13-12-90 to 11-6-72, and Gapin has 5.
And I see down behind the goals there at the city end of the ground, Tommy Brain, his cousin, waving his arms and celebrating.
Was he? Yes, well, anyway, so Blues are actually not going down, not lying over here. They are fighting it out. And
quarters have run 32, 29 and 28 minutes, nearly 29 minutes the third quarter. We've only played 24, under 24 and a half this final quarter, and the margin is 18 points. Back in the middle, Williams. If they get the next one, interesting times ahead. University Blues I speak of, through the middle of the ground. That was Salopek. They worked the ball backwards and then forwards. Into open space, running onto it there was Holden. He might have pulled up lame. He has. Hayden's gone. Here's a chance for St Kevin's. Through the middle of the arc of 50 goes Gerard Gleeson. And he finds Jock.
Oh, they got a bit of an injury toll today, the St Kevin's group.
The week off might help them.
Well, they'll need
not with some of them.
Yeah, well, they look a little bit longer than that, don't they, some of these?
It's pretty sad, really, to see players go down like that with muscle injuries in finals, isn't it?
At the 25-minute mark of the final term, and Tom Jock, despite this little...
Great poise with that pass to
absolutely.
Jock then.
Yeah, he's a good player,
Gleeson. He's a fantastic player.
So, the last 2 goals to University Blues through Gapin has brought the margin back to 18. This to extend it back to 24. Tom Jock for St Kevin's. Makes no mistake. Arms in the air. Get around me, he says. We're up to the grand final in a fortnight's time. 25 and a half minutes have gone, and the margin's back out to 24 points.
Round the grounds, Caulfield Grammarian 6-6-42. Trail Old Haileybury 8-8-56.
Ooh, chance.
Wouldn't have thought so.
Low scoring.
14 points.
Ormond 7-10-52. Trail Pegs 12-14-86. That's Division 1 preliminary final. And Division 3 Powerhouse 16-14-110 lead Westburn Grammarians 10-8-68. So Powerhouse up to Division 2 next year. St Kevin's are into a grand final. Ryan Eade tried to get it out only as far as Jason Salopek. He bombs long, 2 on 2. Parks went up, Townley in front, dropped what he should have taken. Ball came to ground. University Blues will clear through Clayton Hinkley. He goes up the line. At the back, Flanagan punched it down to ground. Great roving Callum Matheson. Had to be pinpoint, wasn't, kicked it straight out of bounds on the full. And the resultant free kick will go the way of University Blues, and it'll go to Hinkley.
Seems like the Blues have had the better of the physical exchanges, doesn't it? The St Kevin's are looking a lot more sore than the Blues boys.
Dowd sort of limping off there as well. I think probably
there's
exhausted.
another one.
That was Dowd, I think.
They might need Shannon Grant in a minute.
Hinkley kicks back in long for Uni Blues.
The Uni Blues towards centre wing. The kick was partially smothered off Gapin's boot. Ball comes back through the middle of the ground. St Kevin's go forward again to half forward. Jock was up, didn't bring the ball down. Here's a chance. It's going to be Sullivan who has a shot at goal. And if the envelope wasn't sealed a minute ago, it certainly is now. Back out to 30 points. And St Kevin's kick 15-12, 102 to University Blues 11-6-72. And we played 27.5 of the final term here at Trevor Barker.
I think it's a very encouraging performance from St Kevin's. I mean, they've won the second semi comprehensively. Apart from the injuries that some of their players have suffered, they, you know, this is, apart from Salopek, they're all homegrown fellas that are just carving this game up, and they're doing it beautifully.
No, they've been absolutely magnificent today. Michael, as you said, the only problem for Shannon Grant and his coaching staff is working out, they probably might have to make 3 changes or so. But they've got a lot of depth in their list. Now, they've won the ball out of the centre again, up towards the half-forward line. Schultz fell over, did very well. Now the quick high ball goes right up towards the full forward line. Parks at the back. In front of him was Hinkley. His brother Clayton did well. Henry Parks did better. Umpire said he handballed it away. So the ball was taken there by Cunningham, who went to the outer side where he found Summers. Summers kicks it out wide to Ross Young. Runs away from Jay Schultz. Ross Young kicks it up to the half-forward flank very well. And the mark taken there by Taylor.
25.
And Taylor now gets a 25-metre penalty. Still don't think it'll get him into distance.
No,
He'll kick from about 48 metres. And on what we've seen today, he probably hasn't got the carry. 30 points the margin, 28.5 gone. Jeremy Taylor unloads to the social club end. Hasn't got the carry. Rubbish, he hasn't got the carry. He's put it straight through. 12-6-78, 15-12, 102, 24 points the margin. Taylor gets his first.
Well, they haven't given up, Blues. I mean,
That's
once again, Ross Young gets them forward and with a beautiful kick on his right foot and ends in a goal to Taylor. But, yeah, they're just too much poise, I think, St Kevin's. They're a very good team. 6
straight St Kevin's in the last term, 4-2 Uni Blues. So, as Fitzy said, they certainly haven't given up.
Absolutely not. So we're back in the middle again. Deep in this final term here at Trevor Barker Oval. It's going to see a reasonably comprehensive win here to St Kevin's. Again, they're going to go forward. Are they? Yes, they are. The ball gets cleared out of the centre square. The target here is Parks for St Kevin's. He just taps the ball in front of him, but Cunningham was there for Blues. Ready to pounce, and pounce he did. The ball comes out now towards Flanagan. Kicks towards centre wing. Goes over the head of a few players, and St Kevin's have got some numbers at the back of the pack. It's going to land in the hands here of Wallace. He turns around, kicks a quick kick towards half forward. Parks again the target. Cunningham in front of him. Ball hits the deck. Here's a chance for Kanakas. Couldn't take possession of the footy. And the ball gets wrapped up in a pack. And the umpire will come in and says, I'll have it. 30 minutes gone. 4th quarter. Second semi-final action, 96.5 Inter FM. It's been entertaining if nothing else here this afternoon, if you're a Uni Blues fan. But the result is not going to go your way. 15-12, 102, plays 12-6-78. St Kevin's lead it. And have confirmed a date in the grand final. Big palm down from Williams for University Blues. Over to running the footy there was Clayton Hinkley. And the boundary line, this pack just lies on top of the boundary line. The umpire will come in the ball up again. 31 minutes played, final quarter.
Tired looking side, St Kevin's.
And everyone is out on their feet in this one.
So they should be. They've worked really hard. They've deserved their second semi-final win. As Fitzy alluded to before, very hard-fought victory here by St Kevin's today. Blues have taken it up to them. but class has prevailed in the end. As I said before, they've kicked 6 straight in the last quarter. And Lynch now gets a free kick against him. Advantage paid to Muggervan. Muggervan goes right up towards the centre half forward position. Hayes does the roving. Wrapped up by Salopek. Gets the kick away. Working back Critchley. Can't take the ball. Comes to James. Gets the call backwards by Pete Summers from 50. He unloads very high, very wide and through for a minor score. 12-7-79, 15-12, 102 margin, 23.
I think it's been more than class. I think that the way they've set up has been more reliable under the pressure of the game.
The system.
Yeah, I mean, they've had great players, and no doubt about that, but when the pressure of the game, it's their system that's had them prevail.
So the siren is imminent. In fact, there it goes.
Mind reader.
To end this entertaining second semi-final in William Buck Premier Division of the VAFA for 2017, and the siren sounds at the 32-minute mark of the final quarter, and it gives the St Kevin's Old Boys Football Club a very impressive victory. 15-12, 102 St Kevin's to University Blues 12-7-79. The feature for University Blues was 5 goals to Tim Gapin, but we'll take a break here on 96.5 Inter FM and come back and review and dissect this second.